Yo. All right. Sorry. But we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But we're back. Sorry, we're late. Grae's getting ready, but he completely forgot it was we had daylight savings, and he's like, oh shit. He thought we were starting at 7, but yo, we're back. But yo, late and big time. Just kidding. Hey guys, hey everyone. Late because Phil was checking out guys' butts. I'm not gonna confirm or deny that accusation, but hope you and everyone are having a fantastic Saturday or Sunday. But yes, we took last weekend off is because I had my in-laws. They were in town. But yeah, my in-laws were in town, so they were like fixing up some stuff, and they needed some forms to be filled out. But hopefully everyone's having a great day so far. Yo, what's going on, Danny? How's it going, man? But Grae will be on in a few minutes. He completely forgot that we had daylight savings time, and yeah. But yes, bunch of stuff we need to catch up on. We need to catch up on Mandalorian stuff, The Last of Us stuff that we need to catch up on. We also need to catch up on a bunch of like articles and news stuff that came out this week. We're going to be talking about Jar Jar Binks, Victoria Alonso stuff, Jonathan Majors getting arrested, Gina Carano, Capcom stuff, surprisingly, Disney's live action stuff, and stuff with Dwayne Johnson, Mr. Big Dick Johnson. But yes, thank you everyone for hanging out. But yes, see, I so next week, I'll be busy on Saturday, but I don't want to cancel another live stream, because we canceled live streams twice already. So like, I don't want to do that again. So I think moving forward, whenever if there's an occasion where I or Grae happens to not be around, we're gonna try to see if we can stream on Friday instead. So next week, we're gonna be streaming on Friday. We're gonna be same time, 6 p.m., but it'll be on Friday. So it might cut into a lot of other live streams that you'll be watching. But yeah, we're gonna be streaming on Friday instead. But yeah, so next Friday, on next Friday for this one. But that's only gonna be a one-time thing. Bryce Productions, hi, hey, how's it going? Hello. Hopefully my mic sounds okay. I'm not sure you can hear me, but I got a new mic, so it might sound a little different. Hopefully it's coming out okay. I got a XLR mic instead of my condenser mic, but hopefully the audio is okay. We're just waiting for Grae. But yes, but man, the whole Jonathan Majors thing literally just happened, I believe. Yeah, I believe the whole Jonathan Majors thing literally just happened like a couple minutes ago. Well, not like half an hour ago, I would say. But but yeah, Bong Donkey, hail, yo, Bong Donkey, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. But man, I think the last stream that we had with was with Jay. Audio sounds fine. All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think the last live stream we had was 2 weeks ago, which is I think yeah, 3PO was on. Oh well, he's branding himself differently now, right? He's not. Well, he's gonna call him Jay moving forward, right? So yeah, Jay was what's it called again? And we were interviewing Jay and his book and stuff like that. Crazy. I think he's like I think he's past 71 or 72,000 or something, which is wild. That's awesome. Congratulations to him. And yeah, what's it called again? Myself and Grae, we're gonna be attending the Las Vegas meetup at the end, near the end of April. It should be, I believe, April 26th. That's going to be the meetup for the Friday Night Tights, the FNT group, and some Geeks and Gamers group are going to be there as well. I'm not sure if Jay's going to be there. I believe Jay said that he has something else that he might need to attend or something, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm gonna see if we can probably bring on a guest maybe sometimes in the future. I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring one of my buddy. His name is Ryan, and we do want to talk about it. I'm not sure if he's comfortable doing it. I'm pretty sure he's fine doing it, but he had an interview recently with Dennis Prager. If you don't know who that is, he is the CEO and the founder of PragerU, and I might bring him on. He's a pretty cool guy. I worked with him before. Super sweet guy, and and I might bring on Dave again. It really depends on how he feels, right? Dave. So with the whole thing with the Justin Roiland thing that came out that he was I think acquitted or the charges for him for the assault allegations that he had. I think they were dropped. So we might be able to talk about that maybe a little bit more, but should be pretty cool though. But how's everyone's days going so far? I believe Jay ended his stream. I'm not sure if he ended it. Um, or see if he's still going. I remember I was watching his stream for a little bit. I believe they were talking about like Victoria Alonso and a couple other stuff, right? But yes, hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. And let's see what we can talk to in the meantime before Grae comes. Um, what's it called again? If you guys didn't know, I put out a video about Attack on Titan earlier this week, and man, I believe the last episode of Attack on Titan should be coming out in fall, which is super cool. I'm really looking forward to that. But let's see what other stuff that I do actually want to talk about. Um, but yeah, lots of stuff that's happening with Mandalorian, and I just recently watched The Mandalorian, and like recently, as in like literally 30 minutes ago, like I just finished watching it, and I do have a lot to say about that most recent episode. It's it was relatively short, which is good. But I the Jar Jar Binks actor, I think his name is what's his name? Uh, his name is Ahmed Best. Yeah, so pretty cool. So he he initially played Jar Jar Binks in what's it called again? The original prequel trilogies. And I guess I didn't know this, but there was a bunch of backlash over it, and we're gonna talk about that in a bit. We're also gonna be talking about Victoria Alonso stuff. I guess there's something that just came out yesterday. So if you guys didn't already know, Victoria Alonso was suddenly just exited her position at Marvel. I believe she's the head of like VFX or something like that. It's pretty wild. Yeah, I believe she's the head of VFX, and I guess she's been there since the beginning, near the beginning, maybe like either Iron Man 1 or Avengers, the early Avengers, right? Uh, let's see. Do you know anything about if Henry Cavill will join the MCU? I heard talks about it. I heard talks about it. That they might have him join as one of the characters. But it's like literally Marvel's version of him, right? So I'm not sure if it's either going to be Sentry or something or someone else. But if he joins the MCU, it'll be pretty funny because like the whole DCEU kind of stuff like that's been happening where they just like freaking let him go. It's all like, haha, now we just poached one of your like top stars, and that sucks for you. But yeah. I do hope so that Henry Cavill does go over. I think that guy deserves a lot. But the thing is, with the way that a lot of the MCU stuff is going, I just hope that whatever movie or whatever role that he's cast in is is a good role for him. And if he's either super like jazzed about it and he's like super passionate about that position, I hope he gets the ability to play that character to the way he wants, right? Jar Jar Binks is the worst character ever. Uh, he's pretty bad. I gotta admit. I do agree with you. He is pretty bad. He's more of like a character that was catered towards kids, right? It's sort of like to sell Star Wars to little kids because they want like a goofy character that can sort of bounce off of young Anakin. Yeah. Henry Cavill as Captain Britain. Yeah, I heard about that too. I heard about that too. Let me actually Google that. Let me see. Henry. Okay. Let's see. So this rumor went out, I believe, last couple years. And I believe there's also like concept art of him too, right? Yeah, I believe they did some concept art of him. Let's see. Let's go actually check out this see what is this? Right. So this is from Bam Smack Pow. I've never seen this website before. Henry Cavill stunts as Captain Britain in jaw-dropping new MCU image. Where's the image? Instagram. Did someone delete? This is old, right? This is last year. This is this old? Oh, it's a concept artist by oh, there it is. Go away. Okay. So yeah, so they did a concept. Yeah, it sort of looks like God, Union Jack. Sort of reminds me of Union Jack, right? Because right, if you guys don't know who Union Jack is, maybe Union Jack is the same character. I don't know. Let's see, Marvel Onion Jack. Right. So I'm gonna pull up Union Jack. So I think this image is good. Yeah. So as of right now, you're looking at the I'm gonna pull up this one, share this one instead. Yeah, so this one over here, right? So if they do move forward with this, I'm okay with it actually. He's British, he's from London, and it could be pretty cool. But if you guys don't know, there's also another character called Union Jack. That's also a Marvel character, right? It sort of looks the same. Sort of reminds me of the same thing, right? So if you go to right, Union Jack, he literally has the Union Jack flag, the British flag on his chest. So it could be pretty interesting. I don't see why not. Yeah, this could be it, right? This could be it. Let's see. But yeah, but I think Captain Britain, unless his name is also Captain Britain, alter egos. Yeah, he doesn't. See. See, Union Jack and Captain Britain. Who are they? Yeah, it looks like they're. Yeah, here it is. Main differences. What the hell is this? So this is from Cora. I don't care about that. Uh, yeah, it looks. They look somewhat like the same characters in my opinion. But this is pretty cool though. I like these concept art. I like these concept art. But yes. Hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. We are. If you guys are just joining, we are waiting slowly for Grae to show up. Um, I know me, I always make fun of my wife is because, what's it called? We always do this thing where, like, she's always late for a lot of things. I'm always pretty punctual when it comes to being on time. I like being punctual. I like being on time for a lot of things. I hate being late. And then she's on this thing called Filipino time, right? Yeah, he'd be good as Captain Britain. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't see why not. I believe Henry Cavill deserves a lot better. I'm gonna bump this up a little bit. I believe Captain Britain. Henry Cavill deserves a lot better than uh what happened to him in DCEU kind of stuff. Sort of sucks. It's pretty shitty in my opinion. But but isn't Harrison Ford joining the MCU? I believe he is. He's a Root Thunderbolt Ross. Root what was his name? He's playing Red Hulk, I believe. Right? I believe he's playing Red Hulk. Um let's see. Right? If he's playing Thunderbolt Ross, did the original actor die? Did the original actor die? Is that the reason why? Let me see. Uh, okay, right here. Okay, let's go and check this out. Harrison Ford joins the MCU, taking on a longtime Marvel role. He will play, yeah, Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah, he will play General Thaddeus Ross, taking over the role from yeah, William Hurt. Yeah, William Hurt passed away. Yeah, okay. But the thing is that isn't Harrison Ford like he's like super old? Isn't he like yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, the original died. Yeah, yeah. Right, there it is. Isn't Harrison Ford like 100? Yeah, isn't he like a billion years old? He's literally a relic. He belongs in a museum, right? It said yeah, in Indiana Jones, right? Yeah, the original died. Yeah, yeah. Sort of sucks. Harrison Ford is officially joining the MCU. He will take on the role of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, which is originated in the MCU by the late William Hurt in The Incredible Hulk. Ford's first appearance as Ross will come in 2024's Captain America: New World Order. The character regularly appears across the MCU, so it's likely Ford will continue to reprise the role, especially the upcoming Thunderbolts movie, which is based on a team of anti-heroes led by General Thunderbolt Ross himself. So we're going to be getting a Red Hulk, right? If you guys don't know, I'm going to ruin it for you guys. I'm going to spoil it. Thunderbolt Ross is Betty's Betty's father, and we haven't even met Betty yet. Or Elizabeth, right? Unless they're gonna go with Liv Tyler. But what's it called? Since they're bringing in a lot of the Universal Hulk, that the Incredible Hulk, right? And if that's the case, I can see them bringing in Liv Tyler to sort of like match that role. And he basically wants the super soldier serum for himself and shit like that, but he wants to be like the Hulk, and he's sentient and stuff. And it's sort of not like mindless, but like how the original Hulk is, he's sort of just like a raging monster. So what happens for this one is that he gets the power and he sort of somehow becomes Red Hulk. And but yeah, he's 80, man. He's old. Yeah, 1 foot in the grave, and no, yeah, one one false step, one accidental step, he'll break his hip. And didn't he crash? Didn't his like a couple years ago, he was in an airplane crash, like his helicopter or something like that. Like he's already like super old, man. Let him rest. Let him rest, right? The only thing that he should be doing is going up on stage and hugging hugging Short Round. That's the only thing that he should be doing. But yeah, he's 80. Dude, he's old, man. Oh, damn. Okay, see. Captain America New World Order will feature Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson as Captain Falcon, or aka Captain America. Also confirmed to join the cast are Tim Blake Nelson, who will be reprising his role as the leader, Danny Ramirez, who plays Joaquin Torres, a character who appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and is currently the new Falcon, and Shira Haas, who will play Israeli superhero Sabra. I don't know any of those characters. Are those? I did not watch Falcon and Winter Soldier at all. I did not watch that shit at all. Let's see. No flying closet contract. Everything has to be green screen. The dude literally gets PTSD stepping on the tarmac at LAX. Oh shit, man. The chat's the best, dude. Yo, Lost Tales. Yo, what's going on? Surviving a plane crash is pretty cool, but so is the Discord. That's such a weird segue towards that. Yo, speaking of plane crashes, have you decided to join the Discord yet? But but yeah, did they start filming the New World Order before the original Raw? I think I'm not sure if they started filming it already. If it's going to be coming out in 2024, I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure they. Well, it really depends on when in 2024, right? If it's going to be coming out like in more Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend or something like that when summer starts, then they should have a lot of pre-production stuff happening already. Um, I I think what's it called again? Yeah, I'm not sure, man. All of these B tier characters, Red Hulk is I would say is a B tier character, but man, it definitely is weird. Like I'm not a I'm not looking forward to a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people are actually really, really looking forward to Secret, was it Secret Wars, whatever? I think it's called Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty. But yo, we ain't gonna be doing Kang Dynasty now, man. Jonathan, Jonathan Majors got arrested. I'm sorry. That's that's mean. But he got arrested for assault. I'm not sure what happened. Is it a Chris Brown type of thing? I don't know. But speaking of Chris Brown, I have this weird story. Okay. When I was working at Universal Studios, I was I was working at T2. I was working at Terminator 2 3D, and I was sorting out the 3D glasses in the back, right? So what happens is that when the show is done, the audience grabs their glasses and they toss all the glasses in the back of the bag, right? They toss that all they toss all of that shit in the back of a bag, and as a ride operator, sorry, I will go back there at the end near the exit, grab all the glasses and go into the glasses area and sort out, make sure all the glasses are all sorted, and we put them in the machine and we wash them, right? While doing that, usually one or two people are doing it. So me and my friend, I'm not gonna say her name, me and my friend, and we were sorting the glasses in the back. and I know that she's a big, die-hard fan of Chris Brown. Okay, super massive, right? She's like, "It's you and me moving at the speed of," you know? So she's like super big fan, right? And then I was like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing?" And I swear to God, this woman says, I still like Chris Brown. I don't think he did anything wrong because Rihanna sang that S&M song, so she likes getting beat up." I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" I was like, "Yo, what? Yo, have you seen pictures of Rihanna? Oh shit, man. What would you say?" Yeah, Chris Brown can do no wrong. I still love him. I would still want to marry him. I would like him to be to, I would like him to bear my children, and I would like to have his kids and stuff. So it was wild, right? There's these people who are so like fixated into their the ideology of people they see as celebrities, right? Because as human beings, right? As people who are like just regular people, even on people on YouTube, when you watch them, you don't consider them real people, right? I don't consider Harrison Ford a real person because he is, he's a celebrity. He's so big, he's larger than life, right? I don't consider him real. Oh, he's on TV or whatever. But yeah, it's wild, man. So like I don't care what he did. If he beats the shit out of Rihanna, is fine, is because he sang S&M. She sang S&M. But speaking of S&M, Grae, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, my bad. I
No,
forgot.
no, no,
I
no, no,
forgot.
no, no worries, no worries. I
I
forgot to
completely forgot.
I forgot to remind you that I was like, hey,
Yeah, it's daylight savings.
yeah, we have daylight savings, and
Yeah,
because like I would say you probably would have known and remembered if we streamed last week, but we had family and time.
yeah.
But
I was like messaging you at bed. It's like, okay, I still have time. So I forgot.
it's like,
We were about to go live.
I still have an hour.
Yeah, I
So
still have an hour.
yeah, I still have an hour. Yeah, I'm just gonna lie here in bed.
Yeah,
It's fine. But how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Hope everyone's good as well in chat.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you Gray, if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about what's it called again? One of my crazy friend who who loves Chris Brown, right? Who loves Chris Brown no matter what. And I was like, "Okay, if you really really like Chris Brown, right?" I'm like, "So what are your thoughts?" And this is literally like the next day. "What are your thoughts on the Chris Brown and Rihanna thing?" And
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh, where he beat the shit out of her?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh,"
yeah.
she said, she, she fucking said, "Oh, I don't think Chris Brown did anything wrong because Rihanna sang that S&M song." So she deserved to get beat up. Oh man. So basically that's that's what we were talking about. But yeah, we were actually talking about Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU. I believe what's it called
Oh,
again?
really?
Since
Okay.
what's his name? William Hurt passed away. So he was the original Thunderbolt Ross. He passed away, so Harrison Ford. But we're like, isn't he like super old?
Yeah,
Right? He's
and
80.
didn't he want to retire already? Because he
Yeah,
didn't
he's
want to.
like, it's like I'm getting too old for this
Yeah,
shit.
he didn't want to. He didn't want to go back for Indiana Jones. He didn't want to go back for Han Solo, but probably money talks anyway.
Yeah, money. He's like, hey, we're gonna
Yeah,
give you $80 million just for you to get stabbed in the chest. He's like, sign me up. Sign
yeah.
me up. As long as I don't have to step into as long as I don't have to step into a plane, I don't have to fly because he got in a plane crash or something like that, and he barely survived. Sorry. Okay, it's sad, and he could have died, but he didn't, so we can make fun of him. But yo, JJ52, yo, how are you? How are you? Um, but yes, hopefully everything's good. Yeah, right. Right. In Arizona, we don't have daylight savings time. We change our clocks for no one. Yeah, see, I remember that. I was like, I believe there's only several states here in United States that doesn't do the daylight savings time, and I believe California, we actually voted to completely remove that shit. It's because everyone fucking hates it, and I believe I'm not sure if it was actually voted, like if it actually passed or when it's going into effect. But yeah, it's. Yeah, it's yeah. And then Rihanna recorded a song with him afterwards. It's weird. Yeah, right. It's like and she's saying like, I'm just gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's all right because I like the way it hurts. I'm like, you crazy man. It's like
Yeah.
it's like my friend's like she sang that song too with Eminem. It's fine. She likes pain. Pain is pleasure for her. Oh man, it's getting to some crazy ass territory, man. Getting to some crazy ass territory. Yo, Nagridnal. I don't have a hard time saying your name.
A good no.
Yo, what's
Yeah, I'm not
happening?
sure either.
Yeah. Yo, what's happening? New World Order started filming a few days ago. Oh shit, really? Okay. So that's gonna be pretty interesting then, seeing a bunch of stuff that's gonna be coming in. Like I said, I'm not holding my breath for the next amazing MCU thing that's going to happen. If people are saying it's really, really good, I'll go watch it, but I most likely won't go to the theaters and watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just too expensive.
Like even though I can watch movies well in advance compared to you guys, for me to get the heads up on the review, it's like I don't really want to because I know Marvel movies haven't been good of late, or most of what's coming out on movies.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Let's see. Yeah, told you women like that, right? Yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of people who like beating up people, let's go ahead and talk about this. Just segue to this. Or just from the Hollywood Reporter. So this is like
Yeah,
breaking news, right? It's like yeah, it
yeah,
happened like an hour ago.
yeah. It's like what? I was like, I wasn't even sure at first. Isn't this guy Kang in
Yeah,
MCU?
yeah, King the Conqueror. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The thing is, I had no idea until you sent me this.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah,
So
when I sent you that video from Ryan, it was like 12 minutes ago. So he just uploaded it. So it's
like
super fast.
well, the thing is that Jonathan Majors arrested for alleged assault. Rep says actor has done nothing wrong. This is from a Hollywood Reporter. So, but there was enough evidence for him to get arrested.
Get arrested, yeah.
That's wild. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of this. He was arrested Saturday in New York after what police describe as a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female. Right, Jonathan Majors was arrested on Saturday in New York City after police responded to a 911 call inside of an apartment in Chelsea neighborhood. Yeah, Chelsea is a nice area. It's like a nice up. It's like where a lot of rich people live. Like they
Mhm.
go to work in New York City. They go up to upstate New York, which is where Chelsea is. It's an very nice area. Preliminary investigations determined that a 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female. The victim informed the police she was assaulted. Officers placed the 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. Oh man, this is Chris Brown all over again.
Yeah,
Oh man. Oh shit. Like here's the thing. I hear like Ron Cook is like he will be the
it'll be
next
the next.
Ezra Miller. The thing is that Ezra Miller ever arrested for what he did?
Yeah, as far as I know, a lot of times even. But
Yeah,
he
then
was
why is that guy still on the streets?
exactly. Why is that guy still having movies? Rather, that's even the worst part. Like Warner's still trying to keep him on, probably because of all the money they will lose if they remove him
Yeah, but
from the Flash movie.
yeah, it's wild, man. It's but according to what I heard news that like they're actually replacing Ezra Miller with Grant Gustin, which I am all for, is because I actually like him as Barry Allen on the Flash TV show.
Yeah,
Like I actually watched.
I watched a few episodes of the Flash TV show. Yeah, I kind of
Mm.
like the guy.
Yeah, for me, I just hope he gets a little bit buffer, like he gets a little bigger. He's
Yeah,
still too skinny, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. He was when I watched the first few episodes.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Imagine he gave that expression before he slapped her. Like, bitch, I'm Kang.
He thought he was he's part of the MCU.
Yo, do you know who I am? I'm Kang, bitch. I'm fucking dying. Yo, he's basically gonna roll up. He's gonna roll up in
In
you
the
know, like
outfit.
his Rick James outfit. It's like what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Oh shit. Okay, I'll stop. I'm fucking dying, dude. Fucking dying. Okay, let's go ahead and read this a little bit more. The actor was arrested on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment, according to the spokesperson. He is no longer in police custody, and his relationship with the woman is domestic. He was, let's see, the Major's representative told the Hollywood Reporter, "He has done nothing wrong. We look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. All they're gonna do is give the person who got assaulted a shit ton of money,
Yeah.
right? It's just gonna be,
Yeah.
I don't know, man."
It's
How long did it take for
especially
Chris Brown to sort of regain his success?
yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know
10
how
years
long it
ago.
was. Yeah, it was quite a while ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, considering his role in MCU, yeah, Marvel, there's gonna probably some greasing some palms
Yeah,
and sweep it under the rug for sure.
right.
If he
Like,
was some, if he was a minor character, yeah, I mean, he'll probably have more face more accountability, but I don't think so, given
okay,
he plays such a big role in MCU.
yeah, absolutely, right. Okay, so here's the thing, right? We're talking about a person with actual, you see, actual choke, strangulation marks, assault, and harassment and whatnot. Actual definitive evidence of something like this happening, right? For the stuff with domestic, quote unquote, domestic dispute with Justin Roiland, this according to what I know, she originally wanted to drop the lawsuit a long time ago, right? The fact that if you wanted to drop the lawsuit, but I guess what's it called again? I believe they wanted to drop the lawsuit back in like 2017 or something. But since Justin Roiland is such a big person, he's a millionaire, and they're like, oh, let's get as much money from this as possible. So like, no, we're not going to drop it. And then they eventually dropped it. But even though that was the whole thing with Justin Roiland, he was actually like, all charges were dropped. He still got fired from every single thing he did,
Mhm.
right? And the thing is that let's say Justin Roiland did do all that stuff, right? He did actually hurt someone, he beat someone up or something like that. What is the main difference between Justin Roiland and Jonathan Majors? Other than the fact that they're like, they're both Hollywood actors and stuff like that, the main difference is skin color. And I don't think anything is gonna happen to him. I
Yeah,
don't think anything is going to happen to Jonathan Majors. He was in Creed, right? Creed 3 that did
yeah, it
really
was in
well.
Creed.
He played Kang, and he's gonna have this movie called Kang Dynasty where he's the fucking main character. And there's a Kang multiverse, right? There's multiverse versions of Kang. They're not gonna fire this guy. This is all gonna
Yeah,
get swept under the rug. It's a misunderstanding and stuff like that. Will Justin Roiland get back all of his jobs? I don't think so.
yeah,
I hardly believe that's going to happen, right? And this is where identity politics comes into play, right? It's just like it really depends on who you are, what skin color you are, right? It's so weird, man. I don't know. What do you think, dude? Am I being like a bigoted, racist asshole again?
I don't. I don't know much about the Royland situation, but I did watch Charlie's video 2 days ago, yesterday.
Mhm,
I think it about Justin Roiland. Apparently, a lot of testimony was made internally within
mhm,
these companies. Like, this guy is not easy to work with. This guy tends to do a lot of hard. I don't know. I mean, it's I don't really work there, but I think it's because of a lot of things culminating to it too. Unlike this situation with Jonathan, there's not really a lot of people stepping forward to build the case.
mhm,
So I can't really say if it's same comparison, but I get where you're coming from. I can't so it's I don't know. I can't really this it's like it's not necessarily a one-to-one situation.
mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of similar in a similar situation. But yeah, I get what you're saying because he's such a big he's too big in the MCU to be taken out. So
Yeah.
his stakes are too big, and at the same time, yeah, especially now given how triggered people are with the skin color, the diversity, the identity politics.
Mhm.
Yeah, chances are he's just gonna stay where he is.
Yeah. I see nothing happening to him. This is just gonna be a bump in the road for him. He's gonna be like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pay, like I'm extremely buff, like I'm Kang bitch."
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't think anything is gonna happen, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is like breaking news within an hour ago, so we'll see what's gonna happen with this stuff, right? Let's see what's over here. Let's see. Charlie says, in some states, if the police see marks on the perpetrator and is getting arrested, and the state presses charges, no matter what, if the victim presses charges or not. Yes, exactly, and that's in California. So I believe Justin Roiland's thing was in Orange County, which is where like Disneyland is, and I believe this was back in like 2017. And like saying that, oh, it's a hostile work environment. I believe Dan Harmon did a lot worse, according to what I know, to harm a lot of people, right? And of course, if you guys don't know who Dan Harmon is, he's the co-creator of Rick and Morty, and he's also the creator, if I'm not mistaken, of Community, which is I know a lot of people love. But yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. Let's see, from JJ52, Cobra Cast last night covered how white USA population is minority. Yeah, the thing is that US is such a melting pot now. It's insane, right? It's it's what you really identify as, and that's why it's so weird, right? Like if if you're going to say like, oh, it's going to get a little political, right? You're saying the Proud Boys are white supremacists, right? And then you find out like one of like the co-founders of the Proud Boys is like Afro-Cuban guy, right? He's like it's like he's not white at all. You have a Gavin McGinnis, which is that whole shit's another crap happening, right? In I'm not sure if you watched the Friday Night Tights with Gavin McGinnis, Grae. Did you know what happened? Did you see it?
Probably not. Probably not.
So I according to what I know, Gavin is a I believe he's like like an online troll, but he's like the one of the I believe he's one of the founders of the Proud Boys, and he's not really like too into like pop culture, nerd culture, or anything like that. But he was on FNT. Yeah, Enrique Tario. So that yeah, Enrique Tario was the other co-founder, but Gavin McGinnis was on Friday Night Tights with Gary and everyone, right? And I guess like, do you know this thing called the Wizinator?
The Wizinator? No,
Yeah.
no,
So it's basically
never heard of
a
it.
fat fake like a rubberized looking penis like thing, and you can squeeze it, and then like you can squeeze the nut sack, and then it shoots pee out of it. But you pour water, so it looks like you're peeing.
Okay.
So according to what I saw the image and I saw the footage too. I guess he in the like I'm not sure how long into the stream that he did it, but he literally like, I gotta go pee, I gotta pee, man. And he like you see him, he's like fumbling something in his pants, and he basically
Mhm.
got stood up, unzipped his pants, and like you saw the Wizinator pop out, and he's like peeing, and like and everyone on the stream was like, "What the fuck? Like, what's happening?" like I think Gary was like, he's like, "Oh no!" Right? Like we sort of like knew this was gonna happen. I think everyone was like, like I think Odin, he was like, "Oh no," face palm, and then and then you see, it just everyone was just like, "What the fuck's happening?" And I guess they had to like pull that video down immediately. The scary thing was, they weren't aware that he was gonna do it. I think
Ah.
that's the shitty part. Like, let's say if we were gonna have a person on who's like fucking crazy, right?
Mhm.
But like we want to hear him talk, or like, oh, we want to hear his side of it. Like, let us know so we can have this thing like once, like right before you do it, we have like technical difficulties, right? Like sorry for some technical difficulties. Like if Gary, because he put his channel at risk.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just crossed 700,000. He put his channel
yeah,
at risk, right?
yeah,
That's very, very scary. And
yeah.
like it's yeah, it's crazy. This just happened like 2 weeks ago, so it's like old news, but yeah, like just hearing all these things is pretty wild. Yeah. Let's see. Gavin is a classic Matt Walsh type conservative. He's scared of animes and pitbulls. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Matt Walsh. He's part of the I do like Matt Walsh, and because I do like one of his documentary that he did. It's called What Is a Woman? But like, yeah, there are a lot of these like hardcore like Republican or like traditional conservatives. They hate anime. Like they don't get it. I'm like, bitch, just watch it. Just watch anime, and we give him like a good one. Like Death Note is very good. Like,
Yeah.
just watch Death Note.
Or Spy
I
Family.
Yeah, Spy
Spy
Family
Family's
is
up there.
is very wholesome. It's nothing crazy or anything like that. Or uh Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is really good. Like, watch that. Like, what Cowboy Bebop, watch that shit. Have you watched Speaking of that, have you watched it yet?
Not yet, but I'm planning to.
But speaking of things to watch, I believe you watched Puss in Boots, the new one, right? Okay, I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet. Without spoiling it for me, I sort of do know. I did watch Jeremy Johns' review on it, so I do know what happens. What did you think about the movie comparatively to a lot of the shit that Disney's, churning out?
Yeah, it's I was so surprised how good it was. It's like I
Mhm,
thought like a lot of people were just hyping it up because people were saying it's really, really good. You should watch it. It's like, okay, let's give it a shot. It's like I was under the mindset that chances are I won't get anything. I won't get some details because I haven't watched the Puss in Boots spin-offs.
mhm,
This will be my first one. So the last movie I watched with him on it was probably the Shrek movies. So it's like there's probably some stuff that I won't understand. But no, I
mhm,
understood. You can understand everything on its own. You don't need to watch the previous films that he was on. You don't need to watch the Shrek movies. It's really, really wholesome and so much heart into it. That's why I said in the post, right? It's like
mhm.
I have nothing bad to say about it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Yep, it's
Yeah.
a must watch. Absolutely.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you like animation in the slightest, go watch it. If you like
Okay.
Puss in Boots in the slightest, go watch it.
Yeah. Like, I recently rewatched, like, earlier last year, like, I rewatched Shrek 2. I mean, I used to remember, like, everyone saying Shrek 2 is, like, the best Shrek, and I'm watching, it's like, yeah, this still holds up, and the music is good, the story is good, and the story is, like, very simple, it's tried and true. Um, there's bad people trying to take over stuff, the good guy saves the day against the bad people and stuff like that, and there is strong women in like, strong female leading characters in the Shrek universe, right? In the DreamWorks universe, and there has not once ever been an incident where I'm like, "Oh, man, this shit again." Like, even going back to watch it, we know how, like, strong Fiona is, right? She's like a badass, she knows how to fight.
Mhm.
There's not ever once I'm like, "Oh my god, this shit. Oh my god, this is so woke. How did I not see it?" Like, no, there I still to this day, I'm like, "This it's still good. It still holds up." And that's what I like, right? And, let's see, to be fair, anime fans are effing weird, so I agree with that. There are some hardcore anime fans out there that if you make fun of something that they love, they will come after you, and they will want you to, like, just, like, crawl into a ditch and just, like, die, right? I don't know, Gray, you watch more anime than probably I do. Do you agree that anime fans are weird, especially the hardcore ones, the weebs?
Yeah. There are those people out there for sure. But
Mhm,
yeah, but I think the same goes for any fan base of any major entertainment. It's like they just go way too far. It's like it kind of revolves around their lives way too much, in my
yeah.
opinion. Hmm.
I don't know, like, but yeah, in my opinion, I've met some, like, crazy, crazy anime folks where they're like, if you make fun of anything within their, what's it called again? Like, for instance, let's say if you really, really like, what's a crazy anime that people are, like, super upset, a Demon Slayer, okay? Demon Slayer is so fucking mainstream now, it's insane. You go to Comic-Con, you will see Tanjiro or Nezuko outfits, people who are cross-dressing or cosplaying as them. And, you go to Anime Expo, that's getting pretty, like, mainstream now. But, if you make fun of it's like, "Oh, I think Zenitsu is pretty fucking cringe, and I hate Zenitsu." And everyone's like, "Oh, you piece of shit, I will destroy you. I will find you, and I will end you," right? It's wild. Oh, you're talking about the body pillow people. Oh, yeah, bo Gray, do you have a body pillow? An anime waifu body pillow?
No, I know I do not.
Alright, now, another question is, do you have one of those booba mouse pads?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up actually. I don't. Okay.
Okay, because those I've
I
seen
will
those.
defend myself. Okay. No, I do
Yeah.
not.
Alright, good, good. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm if you have it as, like, a troll or someone sent it to you or something like that, I think that's fine. But if you were to
Mhm.
go out and buy it yourself, then we have a problem, right? We have a problem. But, let's see. I agree. I legit don't care. Just like hearing good people talk about things they're passionate about. Y'all are good people. Yo, thank you, thank you. That 90 kid. Yo, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Lost Sales. I'm so very casual with anime. I watched very few, but one I highly recommend people to watch. ASAP this handyman Saito in Another World. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Have you?
Not, not yeah. Let us know what's the summary, or not really summary, prologue, or what's it
Mhm.
about? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give us like an elevator pitch on what the show is about, and we might check it out. We might check it out. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Speaking of crazy shit that's been happening, let's go ahead and talk about this thing that happened earlier this week, and I did not even, I didn't cover it, but I did wanted to cover it. It's pretty wild. Let's go ahead and talk about this one right over here. It's from Grounding in the Comics. Okay. And Capcom advertises Exo Primal with drag queens in the West and
Oh,
VTubers in Japan. So did you hear about this?
no, no, no. I did not until yeah, just literally just now. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. Go on before I say
Yeah, but
anything.
I believe so this is game back in the day. It's called Dino Crisis, and I believe it's
No,
supposed to be like Resident Evil but with
yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah. I know the game, but I didn't know that they advertised it through drag queens.
Yeah, it's wild. See, here's the thing that's a problem, right? I know Exo Primal I think it's a M mature rated game, but the thing is that what okay, what is the one thing that like it's really popular in Japan? VTubers is extremely popular, right? Isn't like Hollow
Mhm.
Live like a VTuber like club that like 50 girls are in, right? I think that's what it
Okay.
is. And that's like super super popular. And then like Capcom's like what's super super popular in the US right now? Drag queens. Everyone's talking about it. That's what Twitter is talking about. Let's have drag queens talk about Exo Primal. And the thing is like why can't you just have people who are not in drag talk about Exo Primal? Why don't you
Yeah.
have people who are developers who worked on the game talk about it? Like I don't like I same thing goes to the VTubers too. Like why would you have a VTuber talk? Is a VTuber are they fans of it? Right? Exo Primal is a new IP. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
similar to Dino Crisis. I don't know, but it got super weird, man. But
Yeah. I mean, VTubers are fine if you carefully curate them. Like this VTuber really covers your content, then yeah, go for it.
mhm,
It's kind of like the same thing as reaching out to a big streamer for me. But yeah,
true.
drag queens, it's I don't know. That's questionable for me.
Yeah. Let's see. While Capcom Japan grants VTubers Boten early access to promote the upcoming Exo Primal, Capcom USA hosts drag stream to advertise the game's open beta. Oh yeah, so it's like an open beta thing. It's like, oh, check out this Capcom, Capcom is providing early beta access, or Capcom is giving out some kind of promotional deals to these people, right? Yeah, so if you look at it, it's completely opposite. Yeah, the comparison was raised by Twitter user Haru 47 numeral 2, who shared a side-by-side screenshot of Capcom USA and Capcom's Japan's advertising in the open beta for test Exo Primal, noting Capcom USA marketing versus Japan marketing. Capcom USA stream of Twitch features a drag players and deer and by Quitch pudding bit I don't know, pudding. In contrast, Japan features a Hollow Live. So yeah, Hollow Live is big in Japan. Was a Shishiro Botan accompanied by fellow streamers Takane Louis and Tokayami Toa. So yeah, it's super opposite, right? And this is why the other countries are winning. This is why Russia is winning. and this is why Russia and China are winning. It's because it's like what are they trying to promote? Nationalism. We're gonna make love for the country, how to be a badass. And you come to Japan, it's like we're promoting drag queens hour. I'm just like, you have 54 viewers, maybe more. I don't know, but it's just like it's just so different when it comes to culture, and it's just so. It's like, why are you trying to show drag stuff to kids? Like like I said, drag stuff is like a mature type of thing. Do you, I don't know. I mentioned this to you
Yeah.
before. Like, do you how do you feel about this? This coming from a person who lives in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's like Yeah, I mentioned before, it's like I talked about some stuff like this to someone before in the past. Like he
Mhm,
says, we agents, well, we're too busy in our day-to-day lives. We don't really care about this stuff like the identity politics, the woke agenda, the stuff like that. We just don't have the time for it. At the end of the day, we're just here. We just want to work. We just want to go home. We just want to unwind. That's about. We don't really care about our pronouns and stuff like that. So
mhm,
yeah, it's stuff that that keeps coming up for you guys in the West for some reasons. Like it's like as much as there's critics about this kind of stuff, it's kind I feel like sometimes they're spot on. It's like if these people actually had like full day jobs, they wouldn't even have time to think about stuff like this. Like they're
mhm.
by the time they get home, they're already tired. They just wanna unwind and stuff like. They don't have time to rage about it on Twitter 24/7. They don't have time about to go full ballistic on Twitter or make campaigns or try to cancel someone. I think that's how I see it.
Yeah. It's what was this? Was it here? But I thought you liked drag queens, Phil. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. I did talk about that one time. I was in Hollywood Carnival in West Hollywood, and I saw a nice ass, and the person turned around and was a guy. All right. That's wow. That was that one time. All right. It's one time that happened. Okay. 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 Here's the thing. I have nothing against drag queens. I have nothing against that. But the thing is that
Mm,
if you are sort of showing them to kids, that's where I have an issue, right? It's I have people who cross dress. I know cross dress, but drag is it's a little bit more provocative. It's more mature, right? Even
yeah.
like this thing called RuPaul's drag contest or whatever. That I believe that's on Netflix. I believe is M rated. So if you have a lot of these people who are doing drag and you're marketing towards games towards little girls or boys or something like that, you're gonna put out a different message, right? I'm not saying the thing is that when you see drag, it's more of a I would say I wouldn't go as far as saying that they're like clowns, but like they're sort of like they're extra, right? They're going above and beyond who they're trying to portray, and drag is from male to female. So you're dressing as you're a male and you're dressed up like a female, but you're also performing. It's a what's it called again? An alter ego, sort of like Doctor Disrespect, right? He is a character. He's not. That's not who he is, right? Because I believe I have a close friend of mine. He actually knows Doctor Disrespect in person. Like they're actually friends. So
Wow.
so the thing is that you have someone like this who is like this is like a persona that you're trying to show. But the thing is that you're also showing this and you're normalizing it for little kids, right? If you were to have an all adult drag show, I don't care. Like I'll go have drinks or whatever, right? But if you're like all ages drag show and then you have like I don't know, a person who's like freaking doing a pole dance, and then when they split, they open up their legs, and you literally see the side of their nutsack hanging out from their dress. You're like, dude, what the fuck? That's where I have an issue. And yeah, and I think it's like this is definitely a it's different environment, and it's a culture thing, right? And like you said, it's more of a Western thing. I think everyone is more like a conservative in like these Asian state, like no Chinese, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Korea. Like they're so focused in their own thing, they don't see outside. That's all they do see a shit ton of hollow live like VTubers, right? But it's just I don't know. I believe it's getting out of hand, and I'm not sure if it's ever going to stop. It's wild, man. It's we're living in clown world. We're living in clown world, man.
Mhm.
But let's see. Let's see. What's advertising? Let's see. Let's see. Laugh out. Phil's literally that scene where Master of the Skies.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like oh no, right? It's you're talking about Master of the Skies with God, who's that comedian? But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Uh, Yo,
Hey.
Jay! Jay's in the chat. How's it going, Jay? Hope you're doing well. But
Yeah, I think you're on vacation, I believe,
I
if
believe
I'm not
no,
mistaken.
I believe he came back today. I think today was his
Yeah.
first
Okay.
live
Okay.
stream. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it's yo, thank hey Jay, hope you're doing well. I'm it's so great to hear that your book has passed. I think 72, 72, which
Yeah.
is wild, and you're gonna reach that 100, man. 100,000 past the for your for your book, and then 100,000 for a subscriber this year. That's gonna be freaking amazing. And congratulations. I'm glad you got some rest. That's gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. That's awesome, dude. Let me see. Honestly, I think the US is maybe just that privileged that the big problems we have here are just with things as representation and editing everything to make sure everyone isn't offended. Yeah. Um I, I, I always hear like I believe comedians are basically saying, yeah, people need need to get reminded what it feels like to be punched in the face. Okay, I do not condone violence. Okay, first and foremost, don't go out and punch people. Right? Don't go out and hurt people. Do not do any of that kind of stuff. But a lot of people are just too comfortable behind their keyboards, typing all this shit away. Right? And the thing is, I believe there was I think there are people who just don't care, who wants to incite violence to people, who actually wants to, but the fact that they just say, "Oh, you should go unalive yourself. You should go, I can, I can, I will destroy you. I will end your life. Dot 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 in Minecraft." I'm like, what? Right? It's like you're basically doing death threats, right? Like, yes, we know that we have like freedom of speech and whatnot, but like I believe there was a recent thing that I saw. I believe Asmongo was talking about it, and he was talking about there was a guy who didn't like one of the. It was, of course, of course this is Florida, right? Of course, of course this is Florida, and it was there was like came out and said something like, "Oh, I'm going to end your life in Minecraft." And he said it to like one of the police, like one of the chief police person. And then you didn't think that that chief police person was gonna pull your IP address, right? Because he posted it on 4chan. This guy posted it on 4chan. So what happened was that he used his power as police chief and basically found pulled the IP address, knew exactly where this person was, and the police went to their house and arrested him. I'm like, that's freaking hilarious. But here's the thing though. What he should have done was what and I agree with Asmongo when he said this. He's like, he should basically say, "I'm gonna arrest you, but you're not going to jail. This is to show you that I can arrest you. I have the power." And it's sort of like what Batman should have done with Superman. He's like, "I'm not saying that I'm gonna kill you, but this is, I'm saying that I can." And then he throws away the kryptonite or whatever. But yeah. Um Jay says, we need to get you guys monetized. Yes, slowly but surely, but it's
Yeah.
I think the reason why I feel like we will get there a lot quicker than we were before is because all of your help.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Especially here when we go live, it really helps a lot. It really
yeah,
helps a
thank
lot.
you. Yeah,
Thank you.
and I'm glad like you got to take the week off. I know like you went through a lot and a lot of like back and forth with like a bunch of podcasts and with the whole book and stuff like that. I'm glad you were able to get some rest. See, you see, some people enjoy bravery afforded by yeah, definitely. Because like if you're on 4chan, a lot of times you don't know what's it called again, like who people are, right? And especially when you can just go onto Twitter, make a new account, and just just automatically just like go on and dunk someone saying that you should go unalive yourself and stuff like that. So it's such horrible things to say, but it's a wild man. All right. All right, so I believe you said that you wanted to talk about this thing, right? Let's go ahead and talk about this one right over here. It's from Bounding in the Comics, and this is the yeah. So Grae, before I go into it, this happened earlier, right? Earlier this week, right? The
Yeah,
whole
earlier. And there's a new video by Tyrone Magnus, actually just 4 hours ago.
Mhm,
Zachary Levi made a short that uh they really wanted to bring Henry Cavill to Shazam 1. So it goes all the way back to Shazam 1.
mhm,
If you remember the post-credit scenes of Shazam 1, you see Superman but with the cut-out head. You don't see his face.
yeah,
Yeah, so they really wanted Henry Cavill to be there, but apparently
mhm,
all the way back then they couldn't bring Henry Cavill in. So already there was already so much shakeup going on in DC, even before this Dwayne Johnson situation started. So
man,
yeah, it's really such a huge mess in DC too.
yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, I I enjoyed Shazam 1, the first Shazam. I did not watch the second Shazam, but I did watch Jay's review of it. And it's awful. Like, I'm like, "Good, I'm not gonna go watch it anymore," right? I'm not but, um but yeah, man, like, because I think it got, like, early, like, screening from some people who are in the industry saying that it's really bad, right? It's, like, really, really bad, and it's yeah, like, for me, I don't think I'm going to watch it, but yeah, let's see, Ron Cook, I'm here because of Jay. Yo,
Yeah,
yo, thank you so
yeah,
much for
that's
stopping
true.
by, man,
Mhm.
and hanging out, and thank you so much, Jay. We really appreciate it. Like, we cannot thank you enough, and your community, and a lot, like, I'm pretty sure everyone here in the chat, at least like 99% of everyone here in the chat is because of Jay and Jay's awesome community. And thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go ahead and read this then. See, star Dwayne Johnson said, "We put our best foot forward with Black Adam is seemingly called out for sabotaging Shazam, Fury of the Gods by Zach Levi." Okay, so I'm not sure. Well, here's the thing. We do know that Dwayne Johnson has a lot of pull and a lot of star power, and it's pretty wild. It's because like he was like at one time, at any given time, like he was like the most paid, highest paid actor in Hollywood, right? It's like he was getting paid like so much money, and I know China loves The Rock, and they also love, of course, Bing Chi Ling, John Cena, right? So you also like him. So it's it does make sense, right? And that's the reason why, like, oh, they're both in Fast and Furious, I believe, right? The most recent one. Yeah, I believe the most recent one, the one when they went where where they went to space. Oh man, but oh, okay. This is wild. Let's see. Let's read. The groundwork Dwayne Johnson tried to lay for his own DC universe that would have held on to Henry Cavill in the critical role of Superman was wrecked when James Gunn and Peter Safran took over DC Studios. Any specifications Johnson had, they decided weren't worth their time, and out went Cavill. And the former was recently asked about this. All I can do, and all that we could do when we were making Black Adam, was to put our best foot forward and surround ourselves with the best people and deliver the best movie we could. Our audience score was at 90, was in the 90s. Critics took a couple of shots, but that's just the business of it. I didn't watch it. I heard some CGI was sort of iffy, and I heard it was okay, right? I heard it was okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I watched it. It's okay.
Okay. Using a football analogy for the takeover by Gunn and Saffron, he added, "But I think it's almost like when you have a pro football team and your quarterback wins a championship and your head coach wins championships, and then a newcomer comes in and says, 'Not my coach, not my quarterback. I'm going to go with somebody new.'" Oh, so he was already pissed, right? I'm pretty sure, right? It's because he was like, "Oh, I'm going to have because like you said, Superman was at the end of the credits, right?" But didn't you say that your version he was cut out? Like it was
Yeah,
there was no.
yeah. I was looking for it. It's like where is it? Where's the Henry Cavill camera? I couldn't find it.
Mhm.
But
That's actually pretty funny. Like
yeah,
maybe they're like, okay, oh shit, we need to cut it out,
yeah.
right? See. Let's go ahead and skip down to the second paragraph right over here. Someone say Johnson went too far with this objective, allegedly ruffling feathers and going over executive's head to get in his to get his way. While all the while, Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav went behind Johnson's back to hire Gunn to reinterpret Superman, also without the knowledge of Cavill. So in the dark, the actor rang in his ill-fated comeback on a special video message. He's constipated. Sorry, sorry, it's just a funny image. Then how does this have to do with Shazam though? See, as Cavill was walked out the door, Johnson and Gunn had a meeting, which resulted in Black Adam not being a part of the first chapter of Gunn's Gods and Monsters vision for the DCU. However, DC and Seven Bucks have agreed to continue exploring most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in the future DC multiverse chapters. And that isn't solely because too much time could go by. The star's reputation might have taken a serious hit internally for maneuvers he made in relation to Shazam movies. Okay, so in the rap reports that Johnson was trying to restructure the DCEU around himself and Henry Cavill for future showdowns between Black Adam and Superman that left Shazam out. So here's the thing. Uh if for the people who don't know, Shazam is Superman as to Black Adam is Lex Luthor. They
Yeah.
are arch nemesis, right? It's like Joker and Batman. Like they are and Cheetah and Wonder Woman. They're like if you have a Black Adam movie or a Black Adam versus Superman movie without Shazam, that's just stupid. That's insane. It's it's like yeah, it's like not having like any of those like main like alternative or like just main bad guys that you have. And oh man, that pisses me off. That's actually pisses me off a lot. It's
Mhm.
I don't know, like from a person who watched do you watch Shazam 1, right?
Yeah, I watched the first one, but I
Okay.
hardly remember. But yeah, I remember liking it. I remember liking the first one.
Okay. So what are your thoughts about having a Black Adam versus Superman without Shazam?
Yeah, it's kind of absurd. It's like I found out that Black Adam was the main villain of Shazam in
Mm,
Injustice, the NetherRealm fighting game. That's how I
mm,
found out that they were arch nemesis.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like imagine what people would feel if they like didn't have there's no Joker in the Batman. It's like it's people are gonna go batshit crazy. It's just that this is a smaller franchise. That's
Yeah.
why. But yeah, if Shazam was bigger than it is now, people would be outraged about that. And yeah, I'm inclined to believe in this allegation more than
Mhm.
disbelieving it.
Yeah, like okay, so here's the thing. I remember DC did an animated short where I think it's like an 8 minute long where it's like bat I think it's like Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam. So I believe it was like Black Adam fights Superman, like they end up meeting or something like that. He's like terrorizing the town or something. Superman comes and he's like trying to fight him and he gets like beat up. It's because one of Superman's main weaknesses, other than kryptonite, is magic, right? So Black Adam is all magic, right? And if Black Adam is it's not Black Adam, yeah, Black Adam. If Black Adam grabs a hold of Superman and lifts him up above his head and just keeps saying Shazam, the lightning's gonna fuck him up. Like keep saying Shazam over and over again. He's done. Right. So they're fighting. It's like, oh fuck, he's magic. And all of a sudden it's like, I need fucking help. Right. And then all of a sudden, what's it called again? Shazam shows up. And then you have finally an actual even like an actual fight between Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam. That's what could have happened, right? You can't just fucking leave out Shazam.
Mhm.
It's so stupid. It's like, oh, dude, Superman's gonna fight the Joker without Batman, right? It's like that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have that shit. No, it won't make sense. It does not make sense, right? I don't know, man. It's like I can see why he's super pissed off though. So this is from Zach Levi's Instagram looks like. Let's see. The rap confirms that Shazam Fury of the Gods to Justice Society from Black Adam were recruiting Shazam in the post credits. The Rock denied access to David F. Sandberg, had to make the last minute decision to add Emilia and John. Dwayne The Rock Johnson attempted to restructure the DCEU, centering him and Henry Cavill. The Rock didn't allow Zach Levi to cameo in the post credit for Black Adam. That's stupid. That's super dumb.
Mhm.
It's what do you not feel that like Zachary Levi has enough star power? The truth shall set you free. Wow. Yeah, that's trash, man.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would he
For
do
sure.
that?
Yeah, and I don't think Dwayne Johnson has made a statement to counter that yet. So I'm inclined to believe that it's because like if I was Dwayne Johnson and that's not true, I would
Mhm,
have went out of my way already to make a public statement. No, these are all false. These are
mhm.
all false allegations against me. But the fact that he's so silent about it, it's like he's trying to craft something that will make him look good, right?
Well,
That's what I think.
yeah, I believe you are correct. And another thing is that The Rock is one of those people that like everyone likes, right? He's
Mhm.
so likable. And like I have a friend who's like a big Rock fan, and like anything that he's in, even though it's shit, she's gonna watch it. It's because like she has like like a raging boner for him. I don't know, but it's just like so even though he did something wrong, so I'm still gonna support him. It's this whole thing with the freaking it goes back to my other friend who says it's okay to beat up Rihanna because Chris Brown because he's Chris Brown. Right. But yeah, they own the characters, but not the fans that made the IP valuable. If they change the IP, they lose value by losing the original fans. Yeah.
Yep.
I think
True.
it never ends well when you attack the fans. It never once ends well, right? And I would say She-Hulk would probably been received a little, like a tiny, tiny bit better if they didn't trash the fans. If the writer didn't come out and says, "Yeah, take that, trolls. Take that, trolls on the internet. Huh? You think you're funny?" It's if she didn't say that, I even though She-Hulk is absolute dog shit, I would say it wouldn't have gotten that much backlash, right? And that goes the same with Velma as well. If Minnie Kaling and the people who are running the show at for Velma and at WB didn't come out and say toxic man babies, you can go kick rocks, like touch grass and shit like that. No one fucking cares. This is our character now. And then you got some bullshit that happened earlier. Oh man, pisses me off.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Hey,
that
I'm
one.
gonna
Okay,
bring
yeah.
this shit up, man.
Yeah.
Freaking like you can. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's
Oh
insane.
man. Speaking of that shit, like right. There it is. I'm fucking. It's This is from Daily Journal. Minnie Kaling still processing receiving National Medal of Arts from Joe Biden, and this is for Velma.
It's like, is this for real?
I'm freaking speechless over this, man. So it's like, and the thing is that she lost a ton of weight, and I believe there's an actual drug, I believe celebrities use, and I believe it's for like diabetes or something like that. And
Ugh, yeah.
I guess it's expensive. I believe it's like $18,000 or something like that. It's for that basically like she lost like 60 pounds in like 3 months or something. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking wild. But let's going back to this shit right over here. Minnie Kaling gushed that it was almost too much to take in being honored with the National Medal of Arts by Joe Biden. The thing is, I'm pretty sure Joe Biden doesn't even know who the fuck she is.
Yeah,
It's like,
100%.
who are you? What?
We
What are
need to
you?
send Joe Biden our shorts, man.
Yeah. And he watches like, this is trash. This is so stupid, dude. Yeah, and it's for Velma. Okay, all right. A 43-year-old actress, comedian, screenwriter, and producer who is best known for creating romantic comedies, The Mini Project, was presented with the award by the 80-year-old commander-in-chief on behalf of the National Endowment of Arts at the White House on Tuesday. Minnie shared on Instagram alongside pictures from the special day. A little while ago, I got a call from Dr. Maria Rosario Jackson in the National Endowment of Arts, and the Office of the President wanted to give me a National Medal of Arts for my work on the television and as an author. I'm still processing how to receive. This is like something you see at like the Babylon Bee. This is like a fake article, but it's not.
It's not.
It's so oh man, it's so stupid, dude. This is like, oh, it's she accomplished nothing. It's I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. Okay, I'm not that I'm not jealous or anything like that. Like I don't fucking care. Right? It's so laughable that this happened.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Let's see. Right here. You can't make this crap up. Yeah, it's bad, dude. That she got a participation trophy for being roasted. Yeah. Like it's like, oh, the reason why I got it is because I watched that one scene where you said that, you're a person of color and I should, people just shut up and oh god, I have no words. No fucking words, man. Let's see. You say what? The middle of her fucking what? Yeah, true. Yeah, he probably smelled her hair. Probably smelled it. When he probably put the medal over her, and he went, is that Head and Shoulders? All right. Oh my god, dude. Oh my, you can't make this stuff up, man. Can't make this stuff up. Yeah. Yeah, as an artist, this pisses me off. Yeah, it's imagine winning for being shitty. Yeah, literally
Yeah,
participation
exactly.
trophy, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, dude. I can't believe this shit happened. I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel about
Yeah,
this,
I
bro?
was surprised. I thought I forgot who covered it, but it's like is this a troll video or what? No, it's legit. There's an actual article about it. It's like, how how did this? I mean, I'm grateful that we got so much subscribers of those shorts, but even then, it's not because the show was good or we made some compelling content. It's because the content was actual crap, and we
Mhm.
saved people some time from and money from watching it. But yeah, it's really absurd. It's like the world is going downhill. We're going as says when he made his MILF Manor reviews. Like we're going in the stage of degeneracy.
Oh man, and people are like praising that kind of stuff. It's like okay to be. It's okay to have mediocre stuff on TV now, you know, and it's I don't know, like of course, you know, we're gonna do our best to make as much content out of it, but it's
Yeah,
just
for
you get something like this. The guy who can't the guy who had to change his suit because when he went to the Vatican, he pooped his pants. Like when he arrived in the Vatican, he was wearing a blue suit. And then when he met with the Pope, he was wearing a tan suit. Like, what happened? What happened, dude?
oh, okay.
What happened? But yeah, man, it's wild, dude. It's just, oh man, it's crazy. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check out uh this one's pretty big news. This one is pretty big. Let's go ahead and check out this one right over here. This one is from Deadline, and this one's relatively recent. All right, so this happened, I believe, late afternoon yesterday. Um, First and foremost, hearing that Victoria Alonso, uh, effective, I think it's last Friday, effective immediately, no longer will be, second in charge of the MCU or the Marvel stuff, made me extremely happy, right?
Mhm.
Because she was the person that said, I don't think that X-Men is very inclusive, and
Yeah, I
I
saw
think
that.
that it should be, it's not, there's a lot of females in the X-Men, and and the thing is that they sort of try to pull this shit, right? I remember when I was at work and we got to watch like the first 10 minutes of what's it called? Phoenix Dark Phoenix, right? The last X-Men movie that's utter trash. It's the one where like she basically I think was of course it's Jennifer Lawrence, okay? You know, she's
Yeah.
the first superhero ever, right? So what happened was that if people in chat, if you guys didn't watch that, Grae, did you watch Dark
I
Phoenix?
no, I watched the one before that one.
Okay.
The-
So the
yeah.
Apocalypse one, that's the one you watched, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, I believe they're doing a mission in space, right? They're doing a mission in space
Okay.
and they try to do something. And I guess like Storm, um, what's kind of Mystique, and a couple other people were like doing most of the heavy lifting, and like a couple of the guys got hurt. And while on Earth, I think Professor X was receiving like some kind of medal of honor or some kind of medal from the president, right? Sort of like what Joe Biden did to Mindy Kaling. And what happened was that like I guess Xavier didn't really help, and it was up to Jennifer Lawrence, Mystique, to like sort of be the leader of the team and make sure everything's okay. So she got super pissed. She came back to Earth. She's like, "Man, I did all the heavy lifting. I did everything, man. It's like it seems like all the women here are doing most of the job. Did she call it X woman?" And she fucking walks out. I'm like,
Mm.
everyone when they showed that to us, like this is right before the movie came out. Right. This is like this is like a month before the movie came out. Everyone in the office is just like, "What the fuck? Like, really? She actually said that? It should be called X-Women." I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, dude." But I'm glad she's gone. I'm glad Victoria Alonso's gone. She's no longer there. We don't need her to be there. But I guess she's mad. I guess she's mad. And
Mm.
let's see. Some deadline. Like Victoria Alonso weighing legal action against Disney. Marvel over sudden firing. Serious consequences. Promises lawyer Patty Glasser as a Mouse House points at indisputable breach of contract. So she pissed. Yo, she's super. What?
Mm.
She's the one who says his name is not Namor, it's Namor. Oh my god, dude. Okay, let's read. Let's read a little bit of this. Walt Disney Company is facing serious consequences and possible legal action over the pink slipping this week of Marvel VFX chief Victoria Alonso, making it clear to Bob Iger, Kevin Feige, and everyone in the House of Mouse that she is not going quietly. The Oscar-nominated producer has retained the services of Patty Glasser, To that end, with competing POVs on what was going on behind the scenes, the Glasser whale, Think Howard, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Basically, the LLP partner is putting Disney on notice. In a statement released Friday for now, the former president, physical and post-production VFX and animation production for Marvel Studios, the litigator who is already taking Disney-owned Lucasfilm to court for canning the Star Wars TV series The Acolyte, EP Karen McCarthy. Yeah, so she basically is like, I'm assuming this is like, there are two things that's gonna happen. I have a feeling they're probably gonna settle with her. Is because she's probably gonna pull off the race card and it's like, I'm a person of color, I'm a
Yeah,
woman.
yeah.
You let me go. It's sexist. It's bigoted. That's why this should be called ex woman. But in all seriousness, yeah, she's gonna go. She's gonna sue the company, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure what's going to happen. I don't know. Do you think? Definitely she will not get her dog back.
Wait,
The-
I think it was Yellow Flash, I think, who tackled it. There's another reason why they let her go. Not just I think she was also, while she was hit the head of Marvel VFX,
Mhm,
she was also doing another movie from another company with the consent of Disney. I think it's called Alabama 1985. Let me try to look that article up. But
mhm,
she was doing another video, sorry, another movie
mhm,
that's outside of Disney, but she also gave consent to Disney about it, and Disney allowed her to be. And I think Disney used that as a reason
mhm,
for her to get immediately terminated. But I
mhm.
think it's because how she did it. I think she made a lot of public appearances for that other movie that's non-Disney. Let me try
So
to
it's from
let
Booming
me try.
Bob. So you said Argentina,
Yeah, sorry,
1985.
sorry. Argentina 1985, not
Okay.
Alabama. Yeah. So she was also making she was also co-creating that movie.
Oh,
That
I
was
see.
also the reason.
Oh man. Do you think that she's going to win? She's I believe they're going to settle.
Yeah, yeah. That's the most I can see. They're gonna probably just, okay, just give her some money so that this all goes away. I mean, yeah, that's it's not gonna go further than that, or else it's gonna go on for years, which I don't think she wants either.
Okay. Yeah. So in my opinion, when it comes down to VFX and stuff like that, I work pretty closely with the VFX department on the game I work on, and knowing how the industry is and stuff like that. Um, let's say you have 10 artists, 10 visual effects artists, maybe 20, right? And you have visual effects outsourcing houses, like I believe Second Floor is one of them, ILM is one of them, and a bunch of these other companies. They also do a bunch of like I think Bose, Volta, like a bunch of these outsourcing companies. But you have main house contractors who work for Marvel. They get like sort of like the big shit, right? To work on. Let's say you have 10 visual effects artists at Marvel. And back in the day, before Disney Plus started, how many Marvel, like proper, like MCU stuff was out in a year? Maybe like 4 movies?
Mm.
Maybe 5, right? And this is not including, like Fox acquisition and Sony. This is just Marvel proper, right? So, like, in 1 year, maybe you get, like, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man 1, and then maybe with all those movies, you introduce all the side characters, and then you get Avengers, right? Avengers 1. So let's say 5 movies within a year and a half. So that's pretty workable, right? In a year and a half, you work on 5 movies. Let's say now you absorb all that shit and you're like, "Hey, we also need to kill we want to be the Netflix killer. So let's make Disney Plus. Let's make all these other shows, right? We're gonna launch with, like we're gonna have Loki. We're gonna have Captain Winter Soldier. We're gonna have what's it called again? All these other stuff, that came out the same year on top of the movies. So you have like 3 TV shows and on top of 5 movies that you're coming out with. You're gonna be stretched pretty thin. So
Yep.
that's the reason why the VFX started to fucking suck when Disney Plus shit started appearing. Like I haven't watched. I think I only watched WandaVision actually when I'm paying. Like I actually paid attention to WandaVision, but I didn't really care too much, and I fell asleep probably halfway through
Yeah.
Loki. The visual effects weren't that great. Like you could tell it's sort of like, this looks sort of bad. And then you see, I believe, did you watch Love and Thunder, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh no, no. I cringe trying to watch it, but yeah, I watched Wakanda Forever. It was
Mhm.
yeah, it's what everyone
Okay,
said it would be.
so this was what you saw in what's it called again? Like this trash right here is what you saw in in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
Okay, so this is the Disney release. They try to fix it. This is the theatrical release. This is the what you saw in the theaters. This is
wow.
hot dog. This is
Yeah.
absolute dog shit. And this is a theatrical release. Okay, you're not talking about direct to Disney Plus. Okay, this is the theatrical
Uh-huh.
release,
Mhm.
and you spent all this money to try to make Natalie Portman buffer. You're trying to put in all these other shit for like Korg and that like all these other visual effects stuff, and you hired on the the guy who played Leonidas, right? And then you have this piece like like I'm not. It sucks, right? As an artist, you want to work on something that you're proud of, something that you can stand behind, right? Like any type of creative thing. Either you're making music or you're a dancer or whatever, anything creative, you want to be happy and proud of the product. And then Victoria Alonso's like, "We need this shit out. It doesn't matter. This is fine. This is fine. It looks good to me." And it absolutely doesn't, right? And you can see it, right? She Hulk's like shit, right? She Hulk is freaking awful. I saw a scene from what's it called again? Black Widow that looks god awful. Like the VFX where like what's her name? The girl like she stabs like a staff into something. She blows like something blows them. So it just like flies off like all like gingerly. Like it's like you guys don't care about physics anymore. That's why I hate a lot of these things are just like all green screen now moving forward. Like
Mhm.
everything is all visual effects. Everything is all visual effects heavy. People don't use practical effects anymore. That's why when Mad Max, the most recent one, was like they incorporated a lot of practical effects. A lot of people praised them for that. And you have this freaking Victoria Alonso getting ousted. Yeah, if just based off of if you're a producer sets up times. They make sure everything goes in properly, and they make sure, okay, when's the deadline for this? We got to make sure this goes out. When's the deadline for this? They basically they're the manager, and you can't manage shit. Like all your
Yeah.
stuff looks like dog shit. And the thing is that people make fun of it. Case in point right here. What's the most recent MCU movie?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Modok.
Modoc. I'm gonna bring up
Mhm.
Modoc face. I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring him up, right? Let's see. I'm gonna put in where is it? Where's his face? Why are they not showing me the ugly one? Uh
Oh, did they remove it? Did they
no.
did
It's just
they
like I have to scroll down a couple
Oh,
spaces, but yeah, you have this. Okay, this is awful. Like imagine being an artist and you're like, fuck, man. I'm getting roasted online. Everyone on Twitter, everyone on Facebook is making fun of this shit. And imagine
yeah.
if I was in charge of this, I don't want anyone to watch this movie.
Mhm.
Right. So it's it's so yeah, it's so bad. Yeah. Yeah. How is CGI like how are the CGI going to shine? Yeah, it's like exactly. Right. So Jonah Hex, I'm fried. Ling Day was up in the fried a 5 a.m. discussion. Have rest my brain. Have a good weekend, everyone. Yo, Jonah, take it easy, dude. Thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, it's like when you have a very, very good VFX, like you will get nominated for an academy or something like that. And I'm pretty sure this movie came out this year. This movie is not gonna get. I don't think any MCU movie was nominated for anything. I think only Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was nominated for something. But I never watched it. But it's just this is so bad. Like the state of oh, dude. Oh man, it's just that the state of where the VFX departments are in a lot of these places are really bad. And then you have something like Way of the Water, right? I didn't watch Avatar 2. I heard it's good. It's about a family and the VFX looks good is because they spent time to make it look good, right? Yes, they have a lot. They like how long was Avatar 2 when what was in the works? Like like fucking 10
Oh,
years or something?
yeah, yeah, somewhere around that time.
Yeah, so the thing is that if you're gonna keep churning out these terrible CGI stuff, you don't be shocked if you get caught out on it, right?
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, like this whole Victoria Alonso thing, I have a feeling that this is just the beginning of it.
Mhm.
I think, I think in my opinion, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure, uh, Bob Iger is pretty pissed off, right? They
Yeah, for
how
sure,
much
for
money did
sure.
they lose? Like $200 billion or something? Like
Mhm.
last year or something? Like they lost a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Now they're doing a lot of job cuts, like 5.5 billion worth of budget cuts. So yeah, it's gonna be
Mm.
fun for the people inside Disney.
Yeah, so the thing is, I hope they cut back on movies and I hope they cut back on TV shows, but I don't think they will since they already released their Phase 5 plans. It's like, we're gonna have like the Marvels, that was pushed back to November, right? It was supposed to come
Yeah.
out in what, July? Like June or July. It's moved back to November. And I'm fine with that if if they're like, okay, we need to do a bunch of reshoots or something like that. But I heard it was something else, right? Speaking of the Marvels, is um like I heard like what's it called again? Brie Larson is actually super pissed that's not called like
Y-
Captain Marvel too.
Yeah, and something came up also. Either I forgot if it's last week or this week
Mhm.
that there's no incoming movies for Brie Larson anymore after that one. There's like
Not for her.
this is maybe her last film. So which I feel like it's kind of deserved actually
Okay.
after everything she did.
So I know okay, hear me out. I know the perfect way to completely write off Captain Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. I know the perfect way to do it. If you guys didn't know, Rogue has permanent flight, right? Do you know Rogue's powers in the X-Men?
Oh, she has flight. I don't wait. I don't remember actually.
So in the movies you don't see it because no, they never really explored on how cool Rogue is, but in the comics and in the animated TV show, her powers is whenever she touches someone, she sort of absorbs their power for a limited time, right? So if she touches Wolverine, she can heal. If she touches Cyclops, she has the optic blast from the
Oh,
eyes.
okay, okay.
So what happened is that she grabbed onto Captain Marvel for longer than she typically would. Like somehow, I forgot what happened, but the thing is that if sh if she grabs onto a person's, powers for too long, she absorbs it for a good amount of time, it's permanent. So what happened is she
Mm,
did that to Captain
okay.
Marvel, and that put Captain Marvel in a coma. So that's what they should do. That's a perfect way to get rid of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, is to bring in X-Men, right? Bring in Rogue. "Oh, hey, Captain Marvel, nice to meet you." Shake hands, and then suck out give her the big suck and suck out all the powers from her. She goes into a coma, and then Rogue gets permanent flight. That's how she gets it. So I think that'll be a very good way to get rid of her. I'm not sure if they'll do that though, right? I believe she was Miss Marvel at the time. Yeah, yeah, I believe. Yeah, because what's it called again? Grae, if you didn't know, Shazam's original character name is Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's a nice trivia.
Like if you actually like watch like OG Shazam, like they call him, hey, look, it's Captain Marvel. Like that was that was his name, and then
Mm,
it ended up
okay.
changing to Shazam
It's
is because
Shazam.
there's a lot of like overlap kind of stuff. The big
Nice.
suck. Sorry, but I'm sorry, chat. But let's go ahead and continue some articles. I guess I don't know. Did you watch the most recent trailer for The Little Mermaid?
Oh, only the roasting, only the YouTube roasting.
Only when people were roasting it?
Yeah, I didn't watch the actual thing. It's like
Mhm.
okay, I'm already sure it's the ratio. It's gonna be, it's gonna be huge again.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to see the official trailer without playing it because I don't want to get DMCA'd or anything like that. But let's go ahead and share this tab really quick. Dismiss. So uh over here. So let's go look at the like and dislike ratio. Oh man. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. 262,000 likes and 1.4 million dislikes. So, in my opinion, I think the CGI is trash. I think when it comes to Disney, they rush a lot of things now, and they don't have a lot of time to finesse to polish the CGI. But the thing is that if the story and the characters are just awful, I think overall it's just gonna suck. But what pissed me off the most is oh my god, look at these look at the CGI, dude. Like this is them let's see. This is underwater. This is the underwater effects, right? Like I mentioned before. And that's flounder.
Yeah, yeah. It's an ordinary fish.
That's that's fucking flounder, man. Okay, yeah, little actual regular fish. I'm gonna cook that flounder. I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, CGI is bad. I know she's underwater, but it just looks awful. Like, and I know she's underwater and it's nighttime, but she looks like it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like the CGI is really that great. Let's see. Let's go in. Like this one looks okay, but it's just okay. That's Melissa McCarthy and her. Okay, speaking of this thing, I heard a lot of people were actually pissed off that they didn't cast an actual drag person to play Ursula.
Ursula.
Yeah, I believe the original inspiration for Ursula was a drag queen. So a lot of people
Ah.
were pissed. It's like, why didn't you, like sort of like what? Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna react what you said. It's like that was your opportunity to actually insert what was appropriate. Then they don't do
Yes,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, right over here. Yeah, C4C. Yeah, that's 100%. Aquaman did water way better. Oh yeah, Aquaman looked way better, way better. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. This also is. Oh, yeah, it's too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. You can't see a lot of stuff, but like,
Yeah.
it just is pretty bad. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go ahead and fast forward a couple of these. Uh, yeah, that's Scuttle. That is Scuttle. Okay, not a seagull. But it's funny is because I asked my wife. I think I mentioned to this. I mentioned to you with this already. I asked her, um, guess who they're having to voice Scuttle in live action Little Mermaid. She's like, who? I was like, a very a very annoying voice female that's Asian. He's like, Aquafina? That's like the first. It's like, it's Aquafina. Yeah, it's like super bad. And then if you have, and then and then you have this shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
It,
god.
you might as well just put a regular crab over that. Actually, an ordinary crab would have looked better.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, like, and so here's the thing. Um, we're gonna be looking at this crab a lot, right? We're gonna be looking at this crab and Scuttle a lot. The reason why is because right at this point in time, Ariel loses her voice, right? She can't talk, right? The only time she actually talks is when she gets back her voice at the end of the movie, right? So she doesn't talk. Now, you're gonna be watching this ugly ass crab and this not seagull do all the talking, right? And the thing is that you're gonna be it's so unappealing. No one's gonna buy toys of this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's super bad, right? They ruined Sebastian, dude. Yeah, it's awful, dude. It's awful. Yeah, bro. They what? Yeah, it looks like a fan film. Yeah, this looks like fan fiction, right? It's super bad. You have this crab that like no one likes, and the colors are so muted too,
Yeah, yeah, it
right?
is.
Okay, I want to do something quick. I want to see if the chat's gonna be cool with it. Okay, so I'm gonna print screen really quick. Okay, I'm gonna print screen. I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna bring up Photoshop really quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring up
Go for it.
Photoshop.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna show how easy it is to like show more like vibrancy, right? So I'm going to cut this shit out really quick, really. Fuck. Okay, So I know you're not seeing what I'm seeing, chat, but I'll give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna present. I'm gonna stop this really quick, and I'll show. I'm gonna show you this right here. So this is Photoshop, right? So I just grabbed a screenshot. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this shit. So you see, I'm gonna convert this really quick, and I'm just gonna go down over here and add vibrance. I'm gonna bump this up a little bit, and I'm gonna bump up the saturation just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, so it has more color. Okay, and then I'm gonna group these two together. This is before. This is after. Like just bumping up the saturation will make this more appealing. It's so muted. The colors are so fucking muted. It's like, yes, I know this is underwater. You're supposed to make it look real, but the thing is, this is also not real. Mermaids are not fucking real. Okay.
Mhm.
And the thing is, if you're supposed to be in a Great Barrier Reef, have you seen Finding Nemo? Look how colorful that movie is, right? This
Yes.
is before and after. Just bumping up the saturation, bumping up the vibrance makes this looks more appealing. Her hair. I'm gonna grab red. I'm gonna grab red,
Yeah.
right? I'm just gonna paint her hair.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
paint her hair. Okay, I'm just gonna go like that. See that I'm painting her hair, chat. Painting. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna soft like that and just like adjust her hair a little to make it look more red or something like that. Like even something like that will be more appealing.
Mhm.
Like, oh, there it is. Her hair is actually red.
Yeah.
Right? Her hair is actually red now. Wow. It's like you could have done this. So it's just like, look, I'm not a VFX artist. I did this in like fucking 20 seconds. Like before, after. What it's not appealing. It's not appealing. I think they're like, "Oh, let's show those internet trolls, they just don't the reason why they don't like it because they're racist." And no, I'm talking about it as an artist, right? It does not look appealing at all. Your stupid crab and your not scuttle looks like trash. Okay? Okay. I'm assuming this is under the sea. Oh my god, this is under the sea, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't know pufferfish, when they do this means they're fucking scared. They're scared of her. Anyways, but yeah, there's also this one scene that I do want to talk about where she's on right here. I think I forgot where it is, where you actually see her on a carriage or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Overall, yeah, this is pretty bad. Um I think people are just gonna watch it anyways. There are people who just gonna be Disney fans no matter what. I think people
Yeah.
are just
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you like The Little Mermaid, the original?
It's all right. I need to rewatch it again.
Mhm.
Similarly to Peter Pan. It's
Yeah.
been a
Oh,
while.
yeah, Peter Pan. Yeah, yeah. I do want to watch it again now. But let's see. Now let's go to this one over here. Disney's live action Little Mermaid star Haley Bailey says remake is updating stories themes. We've definitely changed that perspective of just her wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. She did not watch Little Mermaid, or she probably didn't know what Little Mermaid actually is, right?
Yeah.
The original Little Mermaid story is not that she wants to get out and leave the ocean for a boy. She wants to she hates her mundane life. It's like she's not listening to the song that she sings, right? Right? She goes, I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking along on what you call it street, right? Flipping your fins, you won't get too far. Feet are required for jumping, dancing, right? So she basically just wants to get out of her regular. She wants to experience something new. She wants to be a part of someone else's world. She's been down in the sea for way too fucking long. It just so happens that when she goes up there, she sees a guy. That's it, right? She sang that song before she saw Eric, right? She's out of the sea, wish I could be part of your world, right? After she sees that, she goes up there And she's like, "What's all that explosion? What's that? What's fireworks? What is that?" So she goes up there and then she sees Eric playing with the dog. Oh shit, he's cute. He has a dog. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want to be a part of this. This will be really really cool. I'm interested, right? It's sort of like it's just like a fish out, literally a fish out of water. And she's like, "Oh, this is actually, her falling in love, and it's the reason why she did what she did is for a boy." No, you clearly are not watching the source material. You're clearly not fucking caring. Oh man, I don't know. Like the thing is that this is like my sister. This is my sister's favorite a Disney animated movie, so I watched it a lot with her. And it's
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that it's good. I like the songs. The songs are really good. But the
Yeah, the
thing is that
songs are good.
now we're gonna see a fucking live action crab that no one fucking likes. That's gonna be singing that.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
so you know that that part where she's on the boat, right? She's going through like the sort of like the looks like a bayou area, and it's like there's a bunch of trees and fireflies, and it's all romantic. And he's like, and then Sebastian's like, we gotta sing, we gotta set the mood. And he goes, "There you see her sitting there across the way," right? And then he's like, "You got to kiss the girl." And then he does this thing where he perks his lips. I'm just like that, right? Imagine that fucking crab doing that shit. It won't fucking make sense. It
Yeah.
just won't. And that's the reason why I'm like, look, did you guys not learn your lesson with Lion King? The lions did not emote at all. When Mufasa died, when the lions are scared or anything like that, all have the same fucking face. Emote just a little bit, right? That crab looks fucking looks
I
awful.
don't
I
know.
want I
Yeah.
want to eat the crab.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's I'm sorry, I went on a tangent. Okay. In the latest practical example of Hollywood's backwards mentality towards anything made before yesterday, the Little Mermaid star Hailey Bailey has revealed that Disney's upcoming live-action remake will be updating the themes of their animated classic, and in doing so, also laid bare both her and Disney's factual ignorance towards the original story. Yeah, and I believe this story originated from, I think, it's a Dutch story, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Singer slash actress provided this insight to her upcoming silver screen appearance during a recent interview given to the equity centric celebrity and luxury culture magazine edition, reflecting on her love for the original film and the fact that she considered Ariel to be her favorite Disney animated princesses, an admission which itself torpedoes both of her and Hollywood's representation narrative. Bailey informed the outlet that she was really excited for my version of the film because we've definitely changed the perspective of just her wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. It's way bigger than that. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life, and what she wants. That's the original fucking story.
Yeah.
How is it?
Exactly.
Oh shit, man. They're not gonna stop, dude.
Yeah, they're not
Disney ain't
stopping.
gonna stop. So it's Dutch. Yeah, it's Dutch. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bob. Let's see. Disney's tried to cater to China, and ever since Mulan, it's been L after L for the company. Good. Fuck them. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of these things are just like all about money. But the thing is that when you introduce these things where like it's not the original. Okay, here's the thing. I don't mind you adding new things, but do not change the original source. Like Aladdin wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Did you watch Aladdin? I'm not sure if I asked you this already.
No, I didn't. The live action, no, I
Did
didn't.
you watch the animated one?
I Yeah, I also the animated ones. I need to rewatch them. It's been a while, but yeah, I did.
Yeah, Aladdin's really good. It's really,
Yeah,
really good.
yeah,
And what's it called again? So what they so they changed up a couple of things which I'm not a big fan of, but I think it's fine. I think the movie's okay. I think Aladdin is okay. Um, they had the music, which is good. They had Prince Ali, and that one's really good. I think Will Smith's version is pretty cool. That's the one where Jay was laughing because he comes over with a giant turban that looks like a big afro. It's like
oh,
bigger than his entire body. It's like giant. And what's it called again? They sang that song. They sang Arabian Nights. They sang I Can Show You the World. Right, those are the main three songs, right? And of course, Friend Like Me, another one's really, really good. But they added an additional song, right? They added I'm not gonna go speechless, right? Something like that. I believe there's a Jasmine song. It's very poppy. It doesn't fit the theme. I remember I was talking to my wife about it. It's like, okay, this song is sort of doesn't fit like the whole theme. They changed up what's it called again? The genie's story, and it also changed up a little bit of how Jafar, he doesn't turn into a giant snake anymore. He turns into like a giant. No, he makes like this giant like bird or something like that. It's sort of stupid, but overall it was okay. But for this one, um, I believe they're gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be adding in a bunch of stuff, but I think they're gonna try to eventually chip away and add more and add more and add more. But for Mulan, they completely fucked it up. It's because none of that, none of the singing, none of what we liked about the original Mulan animated movie was present at all. Right? No Mushu.
Mm.
That's first and foremost. That's a fucking crime, man.
Yeah,
No fucking
yeah.
Mushu, but you have this fucking weird ass phoenix in the background, and the lady can turn into a billion bats. Lick my ass, Disney. Sorry, guys, getting super pissed. Okay, as noted above, despite Bailey and Disney's attempt to frame the animated Ariel's motivations as solely being based in love and desire for a man, reality could not have been further from the truth. While a large portion of her story concerns her efforts to win the heart of Prince Eric, the iconic mermaid's interest in the surface was nothing to do with him specifically. Exactly. It's she wants something different. She wants to explore. She doesn't want to be, like she wants to be a part of a different person's world, right? And per the actual film itself, Ariel is already entranced and with wonders with the surface world well before she makes acquaintance with viewers. For example, her first appearance on screen, the young woman is seeking skipping out on a kingdom-wide concert honoring her father in favor of exploring a sunken galleon in order to add more human trinkets into her hidden collection, which already held a impressive numbers of items prior to the film's start. Yeah, I think she finds a fork here, right? And she calls it this is a dingo hopper, right? She learns from Scuttle.
Uh,
What is this? Right? It's a dingo hopper. She starts combing her hair with it, right? And while many like to point out the animes made it musicals part of your world number as proof of Ariel's puppy love motivations, it should be noted that the song is not about Eric, but rather the human world in general. Uh, Further, she doesn't even lay eyes upon the eventual human until the song ends, and the development, which happens a full 20 minutes after viewers are introduced to Ariel and her surface life aspirations. In other words, Ariel's love for Eric is completely incidental to her dreams and walking on her own 2 feet. There it is. Right? This is from an article. I have not read this article before. This is just we just so happen to say the same shit. And
yeah.
is I don't know, man. Are we gonna torture ourselves and watch these live actions
We can if
for
we want to.
content?
For content, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
especially here, I can do fresh out of the theater review before everyone else because it comes out here first to mitigate
Oh yes, yes,
piracy.
yes. You should totally do it. You should do like a raw thing, sort of like I'm sure if you want, you can do something like what Jeremy does. He does a car video, right? Car video, right? His
Yeah,
OG. And then are you
yeah,
I know Jay also does it out of the
yeah.
video.
Jay does it. Ryan does it. A lot of people do it. A lot of
Yeah,
people
so
do it out of
I
the
would
theater
say
review.
so, and then like we can talk about it at like oh it comes out 2 days for you, like 2 days earlier, and then I watch it later on or
Yeah.
something like that.
Example: Guardians comes out for you guys in May 5. For us, it comes out on May 3. So stuff
Oh,
like that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You got
Asia
that
privilege.
Asia
Asia
privilege.
privilege.
But yeah, let's see. Mulan wasn't even a remake, more of a retelling of a legend, but not having a dragon should be illegal regardless. Yep, right. It the thing is that that movie was not funny. Right? A lot of the charm was removed from from the Mulan live action, and it's a fucking crime, man. I'm still so upset. Like they charge you an additional $30 to watch it
Yeah, yeah,
early.
yeah. When it was released, it's just absurd.
Yeah, it's pretty wild with all these things that are coming out. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Mandalorian. Okay, so
Mhm.
we have a couple episodes that we need to catch up on, but let's talk about Mandalorian. But it's not let's go do like a cliff notes and sort of like what you liked, what you didn't like, what you thought about the show and stuff like that, and where it's going. I did watch your videos, your VODs on it. They are pretty in depth, but I know there's a lot more that you want to say. So let's talk about which episode that we is it the one when they go into the water?
Yeah, that's the one we have not talked about. The one
Okay.
where yeah, after episode, yeah, the part where Din ends up in Mandalore itself, then gets
Okay.
ensnared. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So overall, are you enjoying the Mandalorian?
It's not the worst I've seen. It's not the
Okay.
it could, especially this latest episode. I got a lot of comments on the latest one. It's like
Mhm.
there's some valid pushback from the comment section of the latest one, but
Mhm.
generally speaking, I think I'm in line with uh most people. But yeah, I'll talk about it when we get to that episode.
Yeah. So do we have to talk about episode 2?
I don't know. It's like episode two was like,
I
yeah,
don't
it's like
even
what
remember episode
my
2.
episode two is the one where Din does not succeed in fixing that. I forgot the name of the bot that he wanted to resurrect, but he ends up
Ah,
not
yeah, yeah.
resurrect. Then but he just gets another bot instead, another robot instead, and ends up finding Mandalore, and
Ah,
he
yeah,
ends
yeah.
up,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that one.
Alright. So, let's go ahead and talk about, overall. I think, like, she, so I forgot how the episode starts, right? So, basically, they're both trying to go to Mandalore because they're like, "Oh, you know, you're not a Mandalorian anymore if you don't bathe in the waters," and stuff like that, and then he goes to Bo-Katan, and he's like, "I need to go bathe in the water," and she's like, "Oh, that's a fucking myth. It's a legend, does not exist." And I don't, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to find it anyways," right? So he goes and then he gets like captured, right? Or something like that by like
Yeah,
a robot.
yeah. It's like he did. He was caught off guard. It was apparently it was a trap to ensnare him. So yeah,
It's a trap.
it's a trap. Literally, it's a trap.
Yeah. I think overall, yeah, so he gets trapped and then Grogu's like, "Oh shit." And then and Grogu escapes and then it's like, "Oh shit, I'm going to use your ship to go back to Bo-Katan,"
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And let's see. Let me see if I get this shot right here really quick. Uh, but yeah, um, do you think that she's like a boss woman? Like she like they're basically like making sure that like right like that like they make Bo-Katan like a badass. Do you know
Yeah,
do
it's like
that? They're doing that
that that
purposely.
that I it's like I didn't want to bring it up that way yet during that time during the episode. It's like, okay, fine. I'll let's give her the spotlight in this episode. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Din messes up twice in that episode, twice in a row. Like
Yeah.
first he gets ensnared, then he suddenly he drops so deeply into the water and he couldn't get out. So he needed Bo-Katan to get him out. Okay, okay, fine. Well, let's give her that in that episode. So yeah,
Mhm.
so it just okay. Maybe yeah, Din's just I don't know, not his best moment. Okay, I let it. I didn't articulate it too strongly yet that time. It's like
Yeah.
I just don't like him being dumbed down that way. It's like, but okay, fine, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
Then the
because
next,
he was like a badass, like pretty
mhm,
like he's pretty good, and all of a sudden it's
yeah,
like, wait, you should have known this. Like what? Like you weren't injured or anything like that. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, I've seen the comment section now because yeah, that's the biggest pushback I got in my latest video.
Mhm.
Yeah, so episode three was about I don't know. They spent way too much time with Doctor Pershing. It's like I don't
Mhm.
think Doctor Pershing is such a huge and compelling character in my opinion that he got nearly an entire episode worth of it. I don't know. What do you feel about that episode? Episode three.
Okay, so episode 3 is the one they spent like almost the entire episode on like the Empire, right?
Yeah, the doctor's like
Yeah,
yeah, you knew 1,000 miles away that he was being reeled in to do something to do the cloning experiment again.
yeah. Yeah, so okay. In in my opinion, I thought okay, by itself, it's sort of interesting, but I already knew from the get-go that Buff Woman was a bad guy, right? The reason why she sort of like got herself with like sort of along with his crew is to sort of lower down his guards, to sort of get him vulnerable. Here's these what a travel biscuits or whatever that you fucking like. Here's these biscuits. Go ahead and eat them. Remember, I got them for you. I'm gonna do all these things, and then at the end, I'm gonna fucking ramp this shit up and wipe your brain and shit. Like that's all cool and everything, like how like crazy and like evil the Empire is, right? But I don't fucking care, right? I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
That's like you spent way too much fucking time. It just and as you can tell, this episode was almost an hour long. And like 40 minutes was on this. And then later on, oh yeah, do you remember Mandalorian? Yeah, we're gonna go back to that at the last 5
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That
what's it called again? It's it definitely does show like yeah, Bo-Katan. I remember she's like she's basically the badass. And it shows that like this person that sort of like got him, like, yeah, her, right? She's like, "Oh, here's this like glowy popsicle thing. You know, I'm I'm gonna, lower your expectations and your guard on me, and then I'm gonna go in and fucking like destroy you." And yeah, it sucks. It sucks for him, but this is they spend way too much fucking time on this part. Right? Let's see. How far? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm gonna go all oh
Mhm.
my it's still going. It's still going.
It's still
Still
going.
going.
It's still going.
Yeah, there okay, so it's the yeah, literally the last 9 minutes, and then, you gotta okay, no, last 5 minutes. It's because this is da 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 da
Credits.
da 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 da. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's literally the last 5 minutes, right? After this whole thing happens, what's it called again? Bo-Katan and Mando goes back to the blacksmith person, and it's like, oh, I bathed in the water and stuff like that. Okay, now you're a part of Mandalore again, or what? And it ends. I'm just like, I don't care about those people. Like, this is stupid. Why would you do that? Right? Yeah. Yeah, is no, it was 40 minutes. Okay, so let's say okay, I'm gonna actually okay, right here, it's right at uh let's say 9:45 all the way to yeah, all the way to yeah, it's about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 40 minutes. Literally them just doing all that like background on that character, and I'm like it was just like, "Oh my god, I don't care, dude. I don't need all this backstory of this character that eventually dies."
Mhm.
Right? It's like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
dude, right? And then, and then we have the most recent episode, right? I believe is the most recent episode was like a very short one, right? It was like a 30-minute one, I remember, right? Let's see, North Korea
Yeah,
confirmed.
yeah. I laughed at that one in the comment.
This
Looks,
is North Republic is
I,
North
yeah,
Korea.
I laughed at Charlie's comment. She's just like Kim Jong Un, which is kind of true.
Yeah, so, okay, this episode was relatively short, but I did like one part of it, which was, I'm not sure if you know, do you know who Ahmet Best is?
No, sorry.
Okay. So, you know who Jar Jar Binks is?
Ah, right, right. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've heard he's the VA of Jar Jar Binks, the Jedi.
Yeah, so, let me see if I can, get a good shot of this really quick. Yeah, it's basically the Black Jedi that saves Grogu.
Grogu, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, did you watch Phantom Menace, like the prequel?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
did you like it?
Back when I watched it the first time, because like it was my first exposure to Star Wars as a kid, I was like, okay, it's
Mm,
fine, it's fine. But yeah,
yeah.
I was a kid. I was a kid back then. It was my first Star Wars movie, I believe. So I was generally okay. It's like I
Mm.
wasn't really critical back then, and I was just, yeah, I just wanted to watch a movie.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I watched, I believe Phantom Menace, I believe, like, when I was 6th grade, so I was, like, 11 or 12 or
Mhm.
something, and, I guess, Ahmet Best, which is this guy over here who saves Grogu in this episode, he sort of got his, redemption arc, and in my opinion, I think that's pretty cool. The reason why I say that is because,
Mhm.
Jar Jar Binks actor Ahmet Best returns to Star Wars in Mandalorian episodes years after death threats. So I believe he because a lot of people hated Jar Jar Binks. I always am about to say Jar Jar Abrams because of Gary, but but yeah, I guess like he received like a bunch of like death threats saying that like like you ruined Star Wars, your character that you played ruined Star Wars, and like no, the person that you got to blame is George Lucas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess like he got like, and it's I believe it's media backlash, so I don't think it's like too much of the fans. Let's go ahead and read, and I believe this article is relatively short. Ahmed Best has said in the past that he considered suicide following significant backlash against Jar Jar Binks in the 2000s. Ahmed Best, actor known for portraying Jar Jar Binks in the three Star Wars prequel movies, has returned to the franchise after nearly 2 decades. In the latest episode of Disney Plus Star Wars series The Mandalorian, Chapter 20, The Foundling, Best 49 made a cameo appearance as a Jedi named Kelleran Beck. The actor appeared in a flashback scene showing events that took place during Revenge of the Sith, as Jedi affiliated clone troopers turned on the Jedi generals amid the series' famed Order 66, which largely wiped out the mystical Jedi Order. The scene shows Kelleran Beck escaping an attack from the clones and saving young Grogu decades before the character initially appeared in The Mandalorian's first season. Gratitude, good to be back. There's so much to say and to share. It's going to take a couple of days, but for now, I'll just say thank you all to have held me up and made me better. Best previously portrayed Jar Jar Binks, who was cited by Forbes' first fully computer-generated supporting character in a feature film, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Jar Jar Binks was received poorly by fans upon the film's release, to a degree that Best said in recent years that he'd even considered taking his own life due to backlash he received over the comedic relief character. I don't talk a lot about my experience as Jar Jar Binks because that is a lot. That is a lot of very painful. A lot of it's very
Uh,
painful. Sorry. I faced a media backlash that still affects my career today. This was the place I almost
Dang.
ended my life. It's almost still hard to think of, hard to talk about. Excuse me. But yeah, man. Um, Look, I know that fans are extremely passionate, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes to Star Wars. Like Star Wars, especially this thing has been out since the 70s, and then you're like, you know, of course you have Alan Voss in the chat. It's like I fucking hated Jar Jar Binks too. Fuck that guy, right? Like
Mhm.
there he is. It's like, I would oh my
If I
god,
play Jar
that's
Jar.
so dark, man. It's so dark. But like the thing is that it's crazy how a lot of like passionate people can make you think like that. But the thing is that I'm glad that he got his like redemption arc. That he
Yeah,
played a
yeah.
character that like fucking saved Grogu during that 66. Like it's pretty
Mhm.
cool. When I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's holding two lightsabers and stuff. I don't know. Did what did you think about this? Hearing this now and knowing that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
I
wild.
yeah, I didn't know the backlash on him was that bad until you mentioned it's like I kind of feel it's not even his fault. It was a director decision that brought about Jar Jar, and he just had to play it. So the blame
Mhm,
wasn't really on him. It's like I feel kind of bad now that all these years he was carrying that up until now. Like,
mhm,
yeah, I'm kind of glad that yeah, like you said, he got that redemption that he played as. It's a pretty cool fight scene. It's just that I didn't bring it up anymore in my review because like I thought was yeah, it's a Jedi fight. Like it's what I already expect from a Jedi
mhm,
fight. That's why I didn't bring it up. I not that it was bad. It's just that what really stuck to me was the what happened. It what was the rest of the episode. Not that scene was bad. It's just that it was the rest of the episode that stuck to
mhm.
my head. But yeah, good on him that he got what do you call this? He got a
Yeah.
redemption. He got a better role this time around.
Saving Grogu isn't a
This is a
redemption.
redemption arc.
Damn, he hates Jar Jar. Jar Jar ruined everything. Jar Jar is the reason why we're gonna have World War III. But but overall, I think I'm glad he's still alive. Like I always say, the world is always better with you in it, unless you're Hitler. But
Yeah.
it's I'm glad that he feels better now. Like I hope this changes his thoughts is because it was a pretty cool thing, like I'm glad that he was able to play a cool character that ended up saving Grogu and hopefully mentally he's at a better place that he doesn't feel like that anymore, right? And
Yeah.
especially nowadays, there's too many shit talkers online and too many angry people just being angry for no reason. And oh, you said the wrong word. Oh, you're
Yeah.
Asian and you're basically white adjacent. And it's just like, dude, we're just trying to live our lives. We're just trying to we just want cool shit. We just want to, watch cool shit and just hang out with our friends and stuff like that. And I think people just needs to get offline and just like literally like go outside, get some vitamin D's nuts in your mouth and touch grass and kick rocks or whatever it is. And I just hope people do feel better. And I'm glad it's happening with him, man. It's
Yeah.
it's wild, man. It's crazy. But I think overall, this episode, I think it's yeah, it's relatively short. There's not too much to talk about. I don't. Do you feel the same? I feel like it's sort of short. Like they're trying to make Grogu like this. Like he's basically gonna become like a Mandalorian.
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I was fine with that. That's why I didn't bring it up. I was more of like, yeah, they're exaggerating Bo-Katan too much. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
saying that the pushback on me was that Bo-Katan's character was already developed in prior shows like Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, which I have not watched, admittedly. But my argument is like even then, it's like even if she became the badass that she is in those shows, I still really think that she still needed to have that hero's journey here in building trust to these Mandalorians. Not everything handed to her on a plate just because she's a badass or just because she's a princess. Like
Yeah.
I already put into detail in the comment section how I would have done this scene in particular. It's like I would have done it in such a way that yeah, all the other characters behind her, like at first they try to enact their own plan. Like who is this outsider? Who's this person who just came here trying to tell us what to do? That you
Mhm.
don't tell us what to do because this is our land. We're the Mandalorians. This is our land. So they
Mhm.
try to make their plan, and then they ultimately failed. But then Bo-Katan was like, "Yeah, I told you so. This creature is this and that, this and that." Then she steps in. This is what you guys should be doing. Then it succeeds. Ultimately, it succeeds. Then everyone else like, okay, good. You have our respect. You were right the entire time. That's how I would have done it. Not everything handed to her on the plate. Like, oh, you're so good. You be our leader. Oh, you're so good. You tell us everything. Oh, I suck so much. I'm just gonna charge in there without knowing
Mhm.
anything. It's like it's so dumb for me. It's so exaggerated. Like I'm okay with Bo-Katan being the one unify Bo-Katan maybe and then unifying all the Mandalorians, the new and the old. But yeah, it's too exaggerated. It's like it's Alfonso's influence seeping into this show, which
Mhm.
I think is already too late. I think
Yeah.
it's the entire season already covers it. But yeah, yeah. Generally, that's my thoughts on people saying that she's already a badass warrior because of Clone Wars, because of Star Wars Rebels. Like
Mhm.
even then, it's like this is a show. This is an entirely new show on its own. So for people like me who have no idea what happened in Clone Wars or have no idea what happened in Rebels, she
Mhm.
should still have her journey, like how she established that trust to this new faction, who generally does not like her at first.
Mhm.
That's how I see it. That's why I said that she's too much of a girl boss in this episode. It's like Disney took it too far again.
Yeah.
That's why I said like, yeah, they're going woke on this show too. It's like hopefully it gets mitigated. So there's
Well,
still that.
like in episode 2, they already did that, right? She had basically rescued him,
Mhm.
and it's like she got a hold of the dark saber, right? And she's like, "Oh, I'm a badass. I can fucking use the dark saber. Like I'm fucking crazy." It's like, look, we already know you're a badass, right? But I do have a question to ask you. Um, do you remember that beast that they saw in the
Oh
Mandalore like river thing?
yeah, yeah. That's another thing. It's like I was told that she was just seeing it. It's symbolic. Like it's symbolic that in Mandalorian culture, that means you are like the destined one, the chosen one to be the leader. That's
Mhm.
what I've been told. That's what I've been told. So it's like, because in my review on that episode, it's like, why didn't she tell Din about it? Why didn't she like, there's a really huge beast in the
Yeah,
sea.
did you see that? He's like, "No." It's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, okay." Like,
yeah,
the thing is that, like, because this beast, like, sort of reminds me of or probably it is, it has the same shape of, like,
yeah,
Boba Fett's, like, symbol, right? This looks like the thing that they gave her, like, put on her shoulder, it has that symbol. That's this creature, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I remember like because it has like the horns on the side, I'm like, oh, this sort of looks like the Boba Fett thing, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know. So I guess that's like a cool. Oh yeah, you bathe in the water because this the fucking the Mandalore beast that's all his urine and fucking shitting and stuff like that. And then she gives it to the blacksmith and she puts it
Yeah.
in. Yep, this is poop water. Yep, that you bathed in Mandalore. Oh man.
That's how they knew the potency of the
Yep. Yeah. It's like, oh, this definitely poop. There's definitely
yeah.
pee and poop in here. But yeah, I think overall, it's very average. It's very mid. It's some parts are boring too. I'm just like, oh, like
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like we're what I think what they have like 8 or 9 episodes or something, and we're already halfway. And like, do we know who? Like they already did a lot of the big shit, right? He already bathed in the water, of Mandalore, in episode 2. Okay, what else do they have to? What else are they going to be doing? Right, like he's already this is the way I already I'm already back with the Mandalore. I'm there's no bad guys, there's no threat right now. I don't do unless I'm overseeing something. Is there like a big looming threat to Mando or like anyone?
Yeah. I think this is where the Pershing plotline steps in. Like the reason why they spent so much time with him is like they're setting him up to be able to do the cloning process, taking out his human morality. I think
Mhm,
that's the purpose of why Elia, I believe the Empire girl's name's Elia. That's the reason why Elia put him in that machine to brainwash him into removing the human morality
mhm,
while having the competency to continue the cloning process. I think that was the plan from the get-go. So when they're cloning all whatever this they want to clone, so it's like it's up to the Mandalorians to stop them. This is how I'm seeing it. It's like it's up to the
okay,
Mandalorians to stop them. So what's probably gonna happen in succeeding episode is Bo-Katan is gonna get her people back because we know in episode 2 that her people left her, like because she didn't get the dark saber. So
mhm,
her people. So it's like Bo-Katan's job is to get them back while also bringing them together with the Enclave, Din's people. So we're just gonna
yeah,
bring them both together and take out whatever
yeah,
Pershing comes up with. That's how yeah, it's so it's I don't know, it's so average. It's like it's nothing we haven't seen before. It's like that's what
yeah,
I've been saying. It's like we need something new. We need something more nuanced like Andor, which unfortunately people didn't give a chance anymore. It's like people are so upset about Star Wars at that point. It's like they didn't even give Andor a chance anymore. It's like, but if probably they tried again through the branding of Mandalorian, I think it will work. But yeah,
mhm.
it's like we're just getting another shallow Star Wars plot of saving the galaxy with the two Mandalorians.
Do you know okay, so here's the thing. I think season 2, did you watched all the previous one, right? Like I remember you told me you binged it. I think they should have stopped when Din took off his mask, looked at Grogu like he's his son, gave it to Luke Skywalker. Should have ended right there,
Yeah,
in my opinion. That's
yeah,
such a good ending. It's like you don't need anything more. You don't need to further the plot, okay? And then but then it's like, "Oh, but money. We need more money. We need to sell more baby Yodas." Okay?
mhm,
We need to make sure that people go to Galaxy's Edge and buy baby Yoda backpacks and baby Yoda merchandise.
yeah,
So, and the thing is that like, and then Luke Skywalker's like, "Fuck Grogu, I don't like him. I'm gonna give him back to Mando, and
yeah,
then and you're gonna continue." I'm like, that was such a good end because I know that a lot of my friends like teared up. They're like, "Oh my god, it's Luke Skywalker, young Luke Skywalker." And I know a lot of like the OG fans really liked it, like really appreciated how to end it. And they should have stopped right there. Why do you need to milk this? Why do you need to blue milk this thing so hard? Where it's like, okay, no one fucking cares about season 3 anymore. Like, I believe like Jay's not even watching season 3. Like he's watching a bunch of
mhm.
like a bunch of other stuff to like I forgot like
Bad Batch. I think that there's an animated series called Bad Batch. And I know that even that show has its own issues, like the skin color of the characters.
yeah.
Like they wanted to change the white guy to be a bit more tan, a bit more darker. Which
So
the twist is Disney actually did it. They did it.
yeah.
It's like it just I don't know.
Yeah, so Bob
Yeah,
says they didn't give Andor a chance because people started not caring at that point. Yeah,
yeah,
true. And the thing is
yeah.
that right, I believe I'm quoting Jay I heard it from him. He's like, it's the best Star Wars show that nobody's watching,
Hmm.
right? Like if you think
Yeah.
about it, like it was getting interesting, right? Of course, like I said, I didn't get to finish watching it, but it was getting good, and we didn't have to worry about like the Jedi stuff. We don't have to worry about like that kind of stuff anymore. And I felt like Mandalorian season 2 was a very well, you only need 2 seasons. I think it was good enough. Focus on something else. Like I said, maybe Knights of the Old Republic would have been fucking cool. Rogue Squadron would have been fucking cool. All these other things that they all canceled and they're no longer doing would have been something really interesting, right? Uh let's see. But how is it Galaxy's Edge doing? Galaxy's Edge
Mm.
fucking sucks, man. When I first went to Galaxy's Edge, I'm like, this is boring. Like, where's Darth Vader? Right? I was like, where's Darth Vader? Where's Darth Maul? Where's the original shit? Like, they're separate. They're all actually where Star Tours is because that's the original, and then the new area is gonna have all of the new shit. I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking care about Rey. I don't care about Kylo, right? And it's just like, okay, you have Chewbacca there, but you have Chewbacca in the other place too. And then I believe you have Darth Vader there too because you have the Jedi Training Academy, right? And me working at Finding Nemo, I get to watch the Jedi Training Academy all the time. They come out, Darth Maul does his cool shit. He does Jedi training with the little kids. That's fucking cool. What do you have at Galaxy's Edge? All you have is like some pictures, and that's about it. And a shitty ride. And I didn't go on the new one. I heard that one's a little better, but like Smuggler's Run is stupid. That ride's dumb. Sorry. But if you ever go, don't let me ruin the experience for you, Grae. I know that you're also going to, you said when you're coming here, you're heading to Universal on Tuesday?
I'm headed. I think so. It's before we meet.
Yeah,
Before we
so
actually
Tuesday.
meet.
Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
So
like
I'll
taking a flight there and then taking a flight there to Vegas?
I'll be flying to LA. We'll be staying at our aunt's house. Then yeah, we'll be going to what do you call this? Yeah, we'll be going to Universal. Then I'll probably do yeah, kind of like how Jay does it, the park hopping. So I'm gonna go vlog myself doing checking out Mario Land. I'll
Oh
be
yeah.
focusing on Mario Land to be sure.
Man, the thing is that um when like I believe I mentioned this to you into the chat before. Like once I stepped into Hogwarts or Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Orlando for the first time, I'm like, Universal is giving Disney a run for their money. It's
Yeah,
so good. So whenever you go to, have you been to the Harry Potter land yet?
I believe I did with my cousins. I
Mhm.
believe because I remember trying out the butterbeer.
Okay. What did you get the frozen one or the regular one?
Oh, I think it's the regular one.
You
I
get
think
the frozen one. The frozen one's way better. The regular one is just like, "Oh, this is alright." It's like
yeah,
butterscotch
it's
soda, it's
beer.
alright.
Yeah,
The frozen one is fucking good. The frozen one's really good. So when you do go when you do go to, Universal, I want you to go to Ollivanders, pick up your wand, and just go, "Revelio." Just walk 2 steps, Revelio. Oh, man. But yeah, I do want to go to, the Orlando one because I heard, like, they're expanding it, like, Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They're even
mm.
doing more shit too. I heard, like, they have, the Hagrid ride there is pretty cool, and, what's it called again? They have, you can actually go to Diagon Alley and go to Gringotts, which I heard is pretty cool, so but yeah,
Oh,
um,
yeah,
yeah, Universal is about to murder Disney. Oh, yeah, especially with the
mm,
tie-in from, Mario.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I get the feeling it's gonna be Nintendo's gonna be the next MCU or NCU rather. Nintendo. It's gonna be like, oh, Mario's doing well. They're gonna push the envelope. They're gonna try to bring in new characters to have their own movies. Then they'll probably tie them together, which is gonna be big.
Imagine if the next movie is like Samus, like Metroid, and then like that'll be like like space, scary space stuff, sort of like HR Giger, like aliens, that kind of stuff. And then the next one's gonna be like fantasy with Zelda and Link and Ganon. and then they bring in all like Kirby. You know, I think Kirby would be pretty cool. I know that. I think it's also Krista Nova's birthday today, so I know
Oh,
she
yeah,
stops
yeah,
by
it
here
is, it
from
is.
time to time. So happy birthday, Krista! But like, you bring in Kirby, bring in DDD, and then all of a sudden there's a big looming threat, and then you see Thanos, and he's like, "I'll do this myself." And then they're gonna have a imagine having like a Nintendo thing where all the Avengers assemble, kind of, and they fight a big enemy, or like maybe all the enemies combine. You know, Bowser's like, "I'm freaking tired of kidnapping Peach. I'm gonna, Ganon. What do you do? I'm tired of kidnapping Zelda." Right? So, the thing is that we know that Donkey Kong has a big cameo, or he's like a supporting character. I would love to see a King K. Rool kind of like Nintendo Universe thing. It'll be 100% guarantee Mario the movie will make $1 billion. They're gonna expand it in Disney Japan. I'm not Disney. Universal Japan and Universal Orlando. They're gonna expand the lands, and same thing with Universal California. Once all that shit comes up, I've been saying this for the longest time. I've been saying it since 2007. I was like, why don't they have a Nintendo world, like a Nintendo land, where the main hub, the main castle is Peach's castle. And then you go off to the jungle areas, DK. You go off to the space area, it's Samus. You go up to the fucking you go up to the North Castle and it goes to Zelda. It would have been so cool. And then you have Mario Kart. You already have the technology for it. You will never do it. Like this, there's so much money. And then now they're finally doing it. And you're also riding the coattails of the Mario movie that I guarantee you is gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna be super fucking sick, man. And let me know how Universal Nintendo Land is. I heard it's really cool. I heard the ride is
Ye-
okay. I heard it gets dizzy, especially if you're wearing glasses, because you have to put on this like big thing over your eyes. It's like you're putting on Oculus.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah, right. And you're putting on Oculus and it's sort of fast.
Yeah,
I heard the experience of just being in there is pretty cool. And I heard the food's pretty decent as well.
yeah. I'll try to record as much as I can. It's like
Yeah, man, that'd
then
be pretty cool.
consolidate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. You should call it Galaxy's Edge Grogueville. Yeah, basically. Right. See. Apparently, Universal are planning to do more Harry Potter extensions. That's going to murder Disney. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. I had a friend. Well, I'm still friends with her, but she at this time she was working at Disney Imagineering. She was a production coordinator, and like I mentioned before, I think she oversaw the Shanghai opening of Disneyland in Shanghai. And I had lunch with her. I had lunch with her one time, and while she's still working there, right, and she's like, "Oh, I just opened up. I'm opening up China like in like 2 weeks." So I'm like, "Oh, that's super exciting. That's super cool." And then I was talking to her. I was like, "So how do you? So what, after that, are you going to be working on something interesting?" She's like, "I'm not sure. Like, I'm sort of like, there's nothing interesting me anymore." And then I was like, "I know you're a big Harry Potter fan. What are your thoughts on Wizarding World?" And she's like, "I love Wizarding World, Harry Potter." It's like, and I told her, I was like, "If I was able to get you a job there as like production coordinator, because I know a person who works in behind the scenes at Universal, would you take it?" She's like, "Yes, I'll take it in a heartbeat." Like and this is back in 2014. So this is like almost 10 years ago. So given the fact that even back then, when all of this woke shit didn't really play in, like, it wasn't a big factor yet, she's already like, "I prefer Harry Potter, it's because it's better." Like, I don't so, like, I the fact that right now, especially with, what's it called again? Hogwarts Legacy Revelio is doing really well. And with, Nintendo and Harry Potter with Universal, I think it's gonna be it's gonna be so, so big. Yeah, yeah, Harry Potter and Nintendo are going to obliterate Disney. Yeah,
Mhm,
100%.
mhm.
Smash Bros. Universe, absolutely. Smash Bros. Universe would have been super cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lost Tales. Let's see. Nintendo needs an ultimate villain. They have weird celestial beings, but that might be too much for normies. True, right? What Master Hand could be one, but like that's like a Smash
Mm.
Brothers thing, right? You need to bring in all the other Smash Brothers. So that whoa, wait. No, no, you cannot bring in Nintendo. Nintendo is they already, unless they're doing like a Nintendo thing too. Like for Nintendo could bring in Pokemon, but you already have like Detective Pikachu. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if they're gonna
Detective
do like
Pikachu.
another, like if they're gonna make it more like real, or something like that. But that would be pretty cool. Yeah, Subspace Emissary. Yeah, would have been pretty cool. Yeah, it is indeed Krista's birthday. I came back from her stream. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, big birthday. Yeah, are we talking about Nintendo Multiverse? Yes, I think they should. They should have a like as of right now, they should start off with just like immediate like Nintendo stuff, right? What's the first Nintendo game?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Jr., right? Dang, 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 ding, ding, right? With Mario, like with the hammer. So Donkey Kong Jr. is like already, or Donkey Kong is already in the movie. Like, what other characters are they gonna put in? Right? Are they gonna put in like any Easter eggs? I guarantee you 100% they're gonna have a post credit of some sort that's gonna make part two. Like the thing is, I don't know. I'm actually that's not like one like other than John Wick 4. I heard John Wick 4 was really good.
Yeah, I heard it's really, really good.
The only other movie I'm actually really excited for is Mario. That's the only movie I'm
Yeah.
actually really excited for.
Mm.
So,
When does it come out again?
I believe April. I believe April.
Oh, yeah, April what? Oh shoot, yeah, I'll probably chances are it's gonna come out when I'm at there, the US.
Yeah, you might be able to watch it. Like you might be able to watch it, and we might be able to watch it. But yeah. Oh, I completely fucking forgot about Star Fox. Star Fox would be so fucking cool. A Star Fox movie?
Oh, yeah.
Is it March or April? It's
Sorry.
April, right?
Yeah, it comes out actually really, really soon. Because it comes out April 5 for you guys.
Mhm.
Is that correct? So if
Let
it's April
me
5 for
see.
you guys, it's probably what, April 3 for us? Wait, let me check.
Let's see. Yeah, April 5th. April 5th. It's gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. If okay, here's it. I might go Omega Big Brain right now, okay? I might go
Mhm.
Omega Big Brain. If they can, they could not spend, I would say they can potentially do a crossover movie, and this will probably break the fucking internet. We if Mario, like at the end, like maybe like Mario 2 or something like that, at the end, like you hear I don't know, something pop, some you hear like some kind of ring sound, and you're like, what is that or something, and then like Sonic shows up. That'll be that will be fucking crazy if that shit happens. Right? And the thing is that Sonic 2, I think, did pretty well. Like, did you watch Sonic 2?
I haven't even I haven't even watched the first one, so I need to. That's
Okay.
another one in my backlog.
Um, the human aspect of that is pretty trash. Like I don't really care for it much, but the Sonic stuff is pretty cool. The second one is pretty good. Like if you're a big Sonic fan, like you'll really enjoy it. But if they did a crossover between Sonic and Mario, it will be insane. It'll make so much fucking money. Like it will make $1 billion within a month. Like it's so big, right? And I'm glad they're finally doing that, right?
Mhm.
Really glad. Luigi is the main villain. It'll be funny. It's like my brother has been taking uh
Spotlight.
a spotlight the entire time. It's this movie is called Mario, right? And then he becomes the true villain. That'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah, let's see, random, but I hope they add Digimon characters in Smash Bros. That is, you just want Digimon versus Pokemon. That's all you want,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, it would be pretty cool. Star Fox movie with an art style of Puss in Boots would be super killer. Yeah, I would say so. I would say, yeah, Star Fox would be super cool. We haven't gotten like some kind of like space, like shooting stuff like that. Like, like we only spend so much time in like the X-wing. We only spend so much time in like the TIE fighter, like jets or something like that. But it would be
Yeah.
pretty cool. But it would be awesome, man. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and finally talk about The Last of Us.
Okay.
Let's go and segue to that. All right.
Been a while. Yeah.
So I believe The Last of Us ended like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you I sort of know what your thoughts on already because I watched both of your videos, but sort of um you right now you have like a little bit more longer format. What are your thoughts with the last 2 episodes?
The last, I thought that the cannibal episode was okay. I
Mhm.
like that. I didn't even realize when I was watching it that the what's the name of the other David? Yeah, David was actually played by Troy Baker.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
That's cool.
yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, I actually this I forgot to talk about something in that video, the one with the episode with Troy Baker. It's like
Mm,
I like the symbolic meaning when they were praying, then they made you can hear the really loud plate noises. They made it they the clinging of the plates when they were eating. It's
yeah.
like oh, it's like oh god, they don't
The
know
clink,
that they're
clink, clink,
eating.
clink.
Yeah, they didn't know that they angled the show in such a way that the people don't know that they were eating yeah, human beings. So
Yeah.
but I think in the game that they knew that they were doing it.
Yeah.
They knew that they were eating it. So I like that they made it they angled it in such a way that they didn't know that they were eating humans because yeah, it's at the end of the game that the end of the day this what's his name again? What's this guy's name again in the game in the show? David and
I don't know.
James. I forgot. I
I think
forgot.
it's James. I think it's James.
James, right? I forgot. Yeah, because like he was kind of like a father figure, a religious leader. It's like,
Mhm,
I'll do whatever it takes to feed my people. So it kind of adds a more human, albeit wrong, I'll be a more human factor to him
mhm.
rather than him just being a twisted guy. So yeah, it's just again, there's I would have liked the part where he fought infected with Ellie. They should not have removed that part.
See, that's what I was talking about. Like this show being a post-apocalyptic zombie kind of thing, zombies are not a threat at all because they're not even in the last 2 episodes at all. There's no zombies. It's I it's pretty it's in my opinion, it's pretty damn bad. Like it's I don't know. But
Yeah, especially that part in this episode. It's like I think it's still critical to have that part for this episode because that kind of Ellie builds trust with Ellie and James. Like Ellie, that made Ellie think, okay, this guy can be somewhat trusted because we fought together against infected. Then it turns out he's a complete psychopath. So
yeah,
yeah, I think that
they were
was critical.
they were like trapped in the cabin, right? And they're trying to like board up the walls and stuff like that, and they got
Mm,
flooded, right? That would have been
mm,
so fucking cool. That would have been
mhm.
so good. And nope,
Yeah,
they fucking squandered
especially
that
especially
opportunity.
especially to normies. Okay, this guy's a good guy. Then they find out that this guy's actually messed up. It's like, oh
Yeah,
gosh, this guy's
because I trusted him. I was like, okay, cool, he's good. He's good. He's a good guy. We got him. And then
Mhm.
later on, he's like, what the fuck? Wait, what? This guy's the fucking bad guy? Shit. Right.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think overall, I think one thing that a lot of that if you read little into it, you're like, oh. So in the beginning, he starts reading from the Bible, right? Starts reading from the Bible, and then you're like, so the people who are religious are fucking crazy. I have it like if you were to put it down like black and white, like crazy religious zealots who believe in Jesus and stuff like that, or like hardcore Christian people or Catholic people are like super into it. And have you noticed that like a lot of times in these more mainstream movies, they try to bash like conservatism and like religious people, right? And that brings us to this has to do with The Last of Us, but I do want to talk about this is because this is important. So Rainn Wilson, of course, he sort of looks like he sort of looks like Bill. But Rainn Wilson, he plays Dwight in The Office, and he basically calls out anti-Christian bias in The Last of Us, and he talked about this most recent episode. Yeah, yeah. Could there be a Bible reading preacher on the show who is actually loving and kind? The Office alum tweeted, "Most Christians that I know are kind, accepting, and loving, and seeking to make the world a better place. They should also
yeah,
be honored in the media." Right? I'm just gonna read that. It's because it does make sense. It's like, why are they trying to like show that? Right? And I believe that they've been doing that. Like a lot of these like religious cults or people if you're super like if you're in a religion, you're in a cult. And a lot of people would say that, like people who are like who are atheists or even yeah, I'll say atheists, a lot of people who don't believe in God or anything like that, basically say that religion is a cult is because you're following an ideology, you're following their beliefs, you're doing all of these things to that's how you live your life. That's a cult. maybe it's a good cult or a bad cult, but the word cult is just surmised in such negativity that everyone just like, oh, if you're Christian, if you're Buddhist, you're Jewish, you're in a cult. I'm like,
Mm,
dude, this is not how the world is, and why are you trying to make them look like they're such bad people? And of
yeah.
course, Rainn Wilson got a lot of backlash for that shit. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read this one more paragraph. I don't think there's an anti-Christian bias in Hollywood. As soon as the David character in The Last of Us started reading from the Bible, I knew that he was going to be a horrific villain. Could there be a Bible reading preacher who on a show who's actually loving and kind? Right? Exactly. It's like, why can't we show any of that kind of stuff? Right? Why can't we like it's Hollywood is basically brainwashing and indoctrinating
Y-
kids into thinking that religious people are fucking crazy, and it's
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
untrue.
Yeah, they're taking the extreme 0.001% end of people in religion,
Mhm,
but it kind of ignores everyone else. Because yeah,
mhm,
I like you said, it's like I know a lot of people who are very dedicated, who like going to church, who are very kind, who just wants to make the world a better place, who just wants to
mhm,
contribute. Then yeah, this film shows like just because you're affiliated to a religion, it means you're a terrible person, you're extremely fanatical, which is not
mhm,
true. Which is yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I believe that I think someone mentioned in the chat, like I said, that imagine if you started making fun of another religion, right? Yeah, true. The reason why I think Christianity is such an easy target is because 90% of the population in the world, or I believe 80, I think 80, between 80 or 90, is Christian. No, not Christian. Christian, I believe in Christianity. So it's like, oh, we're gonna bash that one the most, right? So it's I think I think there's a way for people to sort of like like I said, I think there's just too much hate in the world, and no matter what you believe in, I think that as long as you don't show them in a lot of people's like, oh, Catholics are actually pretty bad too. If you think about it, a lot of the popes and the priests and the father they molest kids and stuff like that. Those are small amounts, right? It's not a
Mhm.
lot of them who do that. But yeah, it's crazy though. But like when it goes back to this one, yeah, it basically shows that these people are the bad ones, and it does make sense. Like right at the beginning, you already sort of know when he started reading from the book. You're like, yeah, this person's a bad person because a lot of media shows religious people as bad people, right? Yeah. Let's see. Give them the inch to run a marathon. True. Yeah, and they've been doing it for a long time. Yep. It's atheism is a new religion that follows the teachings of science. Yeah. So like for me, I know a good amount of atheists, right? And they want to believe in science and they want to believe in facts and all that kind and I have a friend, even though he's atheist, he says that if you can prove me wrong, I'll believe you. You know, like if you can
Yeah,
prove that this, yeah,
there's I believe you mentioned that there's another term for that. It's called agnostic, which
agnostic. Yeah.
yeah, which I feel like I belong in that category. It's like if there really is this higher entity that's watching over humanity, go ahead, I'll believe you.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where I kind of fall under, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall this episode was pretty good. I think I think what they did with this part right here was sort of funny. I preferred her to have a bow and arrow.
Yeah,
Bow and arrow is
I
quiet and it yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I mentioned that in my video too. It's like I preferred it's like oh yeah, I mentioned okay, fine. It's a fine compromise not having the bow and arrow, but preferably the bow and arrow because it's subtle, it's quiet. It kind of catches the vibe of the theme of that part of the game. It's like and it's kind of like Ellie's signature weapon already. It's
Yeah.
bow and arrow. Yeah.
It wasn't like one of like the the pictures of her, like she's like holding a I don't know. It looks like she's like doing an archer
Yeah,
shot, but
the first scene in the winter is like when she shot the rabbit. It's like, oh, it's
yeah.
a rabbit pack.
So
It gets a headshot.
the thing is that, and do you know how loud guns are, right? Like people
Hmm.
know how loud they are,
Hmm.
and when you shoot, boom, boom, no zombies show up,
Yeah.
right? What happened in The Walking Dead? The reason why they rather do knife attacks and close up like bludgeoning attacks is because it doesn't make a lot of noise. But when you shoot, like when you shoot something, you're not wearing any ear pro or anything like that, and then like the zombies will hear it. Like what? Maybe all the zombies in this show are It's a hive mind. They use cordyceps, right? It's all about touch. Maybe they don't hear shit. I don't know. But clickers are blind, right? So they hear shit. There's no zombies, no undead at all. And like that's like one of my biggest gripes. And how many episodes do we have zombies? Like 3?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 3 out of the
Yeah.
what? 3 out of the 9.
Yeah, I think the most we've seen, if I remember correct, the most number of zombies in the show I've seen is the episode where Tess died. I think that's the most number of zombies we've seen.
Yeah.
The part where they were running after Ellie and Joel, then she blows herself up. I think that's the most number we've seen.
Yeah.
Then everything else like none.
Yeah, like, maybe the zombies are afraid of guns. You don't know. Yeah, true. Yeah, because America, right? Because behind every blade of glass, there's glass. Behind every blade of grass, there's a gun. You know, we have more guns than we do have people. Yeah, America, brother. They're scared. But but what did you think about the what's it called again? The scene. What's it called again? Let's see. The scene near the end where she's basically ends up like killing Troy Baker.
I think Troy
and
Baker.
then and then like he gets pissed and then like she goes fucking crazy over here, right? Like she fucking like
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Troy Baker, it's fine. I mean, that's also what happened in the games. Like, it
mhm,
killed David, right? Or was it? No, no, this is David. The
yeah,
other Troy Baker's James. So they
yeah.
kill so it kills James. It's fine. It followed the game. This part, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to. It's like because in the game, right, Joel was stopping Ellie from smacking
Mhm,
James. She's like, oh, she went totally ballistic because of all the crazy stuff. Then
mhm,
Joel stopped. So here they it's like I don't know. I got to the point that I'm so used to them elevating Ellie so much. She's much more mature, much more level-headed compared to the Joel in this
mhm,
show. So
yeah,
fine. It's like yeah, fine. I'll just let. So eventually Ellie takes control. Like she can't keep smacking James forever. So okay, that's fine. That's yeah, but I did like that they did Joel. They kind of brought back Joel to the original Joel. It's like yeah, this
mhm,
is the Joel that I know. Like Joel tortures people to get what he wants. He interrogates people, kills people to get what he wants. That's the Joel that we know, not the crybaby in Jackson.
yeah. Right? It's so he sort of becomes like he does like a 180, right? Especially in the next like especially in this one when he wakes up, he's like, "Where the fuck is the girl?" and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like, I'm gonna boom, boom, shoot you. Like, I don't care. He becomes like he sort of becomes like, cutthroat. And then and it and then how this one ends up like basically she just leaves the this thing and then like she goes outside and then she bumps into Joel and then Joel
Joel.
like and then that's how the episode ends, right? Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
so, I think overall, I think this episode is pretty good. I wish there was that scene where they huddle up into the cabin and, they're like, "Oh shit, the infected are coming. We need to survive together," like, we need to work together even though, like, we don't really know each other, this will earn your trust. And then this will be a very good, like, misdirection from the show, right? It would have been super, super good if they did that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Like we first get introduced because how do we get introduced to David and James? Was when it's like, hey, we need that food. You want to share it? Like you want to share it? I can bring you medicine, like all that kind of stuff, right? They should have done that, and then they brought Ellie back, and then they see them reading because once you introduce them, it's like okay, we needed some backstory on these two characters and why they're doing what they're doing. I think it's fine, but I think it's of course it's always done better in the game because you have more time with the characters, and I think it's just a lot more like um it's timed better as well. Um, but let's talk about the last episode of The Last of Us. Let's see if I can find there it is. Uh, let's go talk about this one. So, what are your thoughts on the last episode? I would say that's probably one of the better ones, right?
Yeah,
Am
it's
I?
probably one of the better, but it's also everything we expect. It's like they're so gonna rush everything in this final part, which they did. It's like so everything happened so fast. Like Ellie seeing the giraffe, then them getting abducted by the fireflies, then Marley and telling Joel what's gonna happen to Ellie.
Mhm,
Then yeah, eventually Joel. So it's I don't know. It's kind of I watched another video that I regarding it's like Joel acted kind of too slowly. If you there's no sense of urgency considering Ellie's about to undergo surgery. So
Mhm,
that's probably the biggest criticism that I didn't realize at first. Like, yeah, Joel should have acted more urgent, that rather than be more dramatic about it. Then slowly, bang,
mhm,
bang. He should have been running towards Ellie because he knows Ellie's about to die.
mhm,
That's probably the biggest criticism I realized when that was mentioned about the episode. But other than that, yeah, they've just followed the game. They just kind of followed the game to the letter,
mhm.
which is yeah, which is okay. It's an okay episode.
I think I think one thing they added was Ellie's mother, right? And how Ellie's
Oh yeah,
mother
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
bumped into
forgot. Yeah.
Marlene, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I actually do like this scene. It's actually pretty cool. The reason why, and I'm not sure if you mentioned it in your video, the person who plays Ellie's mother is the person who played Ellie in the game.
In the game. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
she
see. I
also
see.
she did the voice. So that's why when you hear her voice, I'm like, she sounds familiar. And yeah, so she did the mocap for Ellie and everything. So it's actually pretty cool. Get ready for Abby. Abby is literally fucking Scott Steiner. um, but yeah, I think overall, I think the scene was pretty cool. Like you get to see like, oh, they brought in the person who played Ellie, which is nice, and then you get Marlene and stuff like that, and they're like best friends, and it's pretty neat. And then the whole giraffe thing was actually pretty cool. I did like the giraffe thing, because of
Mhm, mhm.
that was an actual giraffe.
Yeah.
This is it's not CGI. Like the background is CGI, where they're standing is CGI, but the giraffe is real, which is cool, right? A lot of people are like, "Oh, how did you do the VFX for the giraffe? It looks so real." It's like that giraffe was real, right? So, which is pretty cool. I believe that's the reason why like her reactions to it, like Bella Ramsey's reactions to it, and like even Joel's reaction, it's genuine. It's very very genuine, which is pretty cool. I do like that. Um, let's see, and then was this exactly what happened in the in the what's it called again? The like
N-
in the game? Like over here,
n-
like they sort of get ambushed by those guys.
No, no, no. That's not what happened. What happened was they were swimming. They went through a lot of infected. Again, no infected in this episode.
Mhm,
They were getting past infected. Then there was they had to swim. They had to swim. There were a lot of blockades and obstacles. Then yeah, it did not go according to plan. And then
mhm.
Ellie kind of drowned a little. Then when they both Joel and Ellie made it back to land, Joel was trying to I don't know if CPR was the correct term, trying to make
Yeah.
Ellie CPR, make her awake. Then that's
Mhm.
when the Fireflies spotted them. Then Firefly
Okay.
was telling Joel, "Hey, put your hands up, put your hands up." Then Joel didn't want to because he was
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
save
because,
Ellie.
he was giving her CPR, yeah.
Yeah, CPR. Then they smack him with a gun. Then he loses consciousness. That's how they did it in the game.
Hmm. I actually would've liked that better. I
Yeah,
would've liked that better. Actually,
yeah,
I think that would've been, like, a better, like, father figure to, like a type of quality that he has, but, like, overall, it was pretty cool. But, but yeah, and then, of course, at the end, like, he becomes, like, fucking the Terminator. He fucking starts
yeah,
killing
yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
And, look, I'm not a big proponent of them switching out his gun for an for a Ruger Mini 14 from an AR-15, right? The thing is that he had a perfect AR-15 on the ground that's probably lighter because the Ruger Mini that he's holding is made out of wood, so it's heavier. The AR-15 is made out of polymer and metal pieces, so it's a little lighter, and it would probably had a red dot. This one does not have a red dot and is using irons. In my opinion, he did two stupid things with firearms already. First one, I'm gonna put this AR-15. I'm gonna put it here because I can't find ammo. Bitch, 223 556 is one of the most plentiful ammos that the military uses. Okay, what like the U.S. military uses 223 556 ammo all the fucking time. Okay, so the fact that you put down the AR-15 in like episode 3, very very stupid. Second, why the fuck would you go with a Mini 14? It's like it's yes, it's basically the reason why I have a feeling the reason why they did this is because they don't want to glorify him killing with an AR-15 because politics, right? And so they used a Mini 14 that uses the exact same bullet, that uses the exact same magazines. It just looks not. It just doesn't look scary, right? It just doesn't look scary at all. Is because it's not a scary black gun that the military uses, or the people use to commit all these crazy atrocities. So I understand why they did it, but in reality, he should have gone for the
Yeah.
AR-15. It had a scope on it. It's probably lighter, and the Mini 14 is just it's it's outdated. It's very outdated. If you have AR-15, you will never go back. It's sort of like, oh, um I'm I'm basically gonna go from like I'm gonna go from a chainsaw to a regular handsaw. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not as good. It's not as good. But yeah, ARs are evil. Yeah. But yeah, it's okay. I have a question to ask you from a person who's coming from out of who lives outside the US. What does AR stands for in the AR-15?
Oh, good question. I was under the impression it's assault rifle.
No. Yeah, that's what everyone thinks. A lot of people
Yeah.
who don't know firearm culture, they think that it means assault rifle. It's Armalite rifle, which is the company who created um
I see.
the AR-15 platform. So that's what it means. And the thing is that like most of the assault rifles, civilians can't hand them. Can't have them. We can't buy them. It's really really hard or super super expensive. So the thing is that what he has, it's basically identical in power and in capacity of bullets as an AR-15, right? It's not fully automatic. An AR-15 is not fully automatic. It's semi-auto. So every trigger you pull, and that's why when I saw this, I'm like, "You're a dumbass bitch. You chose the wrong gun." But I understand why they did it. It's because they don't want to
Political reasons.
glorify him using an AR-15 because it's so scary. Anyways, sorry. Just that's a tangent. Whenever I see firearm stuff and they do incorrectly, it pisses me off. But it's like
It's a good FYI.
when they never
I
reload.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good FYI that I never would have thought of or never even noticed until you mentioned it.
But yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, this is pretty cool. Isn't TikTok about to get banned? I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope TikTok gets banned here in the
yeah,
US.
there's something that came up. I have there's a video that came up uploaded by Mura from some ordinary gamers. I haven't watched it. So something
Mhm.
came up again with regards to TikTok, but yeah, I'll take a look at it.
But yeah, go check it out. I believe the CEO, I forgot like the one of the persons who like who runs TikTok was in Congress the other day, and they're talking about like if your parent company, ByteDance, who's owned by the CCP, tells you we need you to give us all of the data and tracking information that TikTok uses on Americans. What are you gonna say? You're gonna have to say yes. It's because CCP owns ByteDance, and ByteDance is your parent company, and they have done this in the past. And he's like, no, no, they haven't, they haven't. And then it's like, well, and he's like, oh, TikTok is owned 60% by like like people who have a shit ton of money, and is owned by this and those by this, and is located here in the US. I'm like, bitch, it's still owned by ByteDance that's in China. And if you look at it, like the TikToks here in the US compared to TikTok in different countries, right? Like I believe even in China, most of China and government officials, TikTok's banned. And you look at places like in different countries to teach you how to like build stuff, to teach you how to like be smarter, be healthier, and the American ones like is basically like degenerate shit, right? It's like how to transition your kids at a very young age, how to go to drag shows, how I'm gonna groom your kids and then showing like tiggle bitties women trying to exercise in the gym. Stop staring at me, even though my yoga pants is up in my asshole, right? It's basically all that kind of stuff, and it's sort of like it's different. It's because and the thing is that TikTok is geared towards kids too. I believe you only need to be 13 years old to use it. So if they ban it, good, ban that shit. I ban it. It's fine. But yeah, and to play devil's advocate, iron sights always work here. True. I think iron sights are good and is a good foundation for you to learn on. Is because you get the the sight in the front, and then you get the two sights in the back, right? So you sort of line them up, and then that's when you'll line up your shot. It's always good to learn fundamentals, but the thing is that if you get something like a Churjicon or like even a Hollow Sun or something like that that has like 50,000 hours worth of battery life, I think that's I don't know, it's pretty good. If the military uses it, I think it's pretty good. But yeah, he becomes like super no mercy here, which I do like because in the game I was stuck here for like an hour. I kept dying.
Yeah. It's if it's your first. I remember my first time on the PS3. I died the last one.
Yeah, but I think I think they did this part really well though. In my opinion, I think they did it pretty well. Like he's like super like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like
There's another Easter egg in the egg. Sorry, Easter egg in the end. If
mhm.
you, I'm not sure if you know, but the
um which Easter egg? You can go and
yeah
say it. I
it
don't really care.
yeah in this fort, the other nurse, one
Okay.
of them is Laura Bailey. One of them is Laura Bailey, the
Oh.
the VA of Abby.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't
cool.
I didn't know either until I think it was Jeremy. It was Jeremy Johns who mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it's most likely. Yeah, most likely. He wasn't sure, but I think it's true. I think it's one of them's Laura Bailey.
Well, if they brought in Troy Baker and Ellie,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it
So
makes
yeah,
sense for them to and it's funny is because they're working on a Abby, the voice actor is working with her basically quote unquote dad, right?
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
cool. I do like
yeah,
that. That's actually
yeah,
pretty neat. But
yeah.
I do like the scene though. Like you could tell like he goes in, right? And he's like, I don't give a
I won't
fuck.
let you
And he's
take
like,
her.
no, you can't have her. It's like
Ooh.
blip.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the thing. I asked this to a lot of people that watch the show, which is only one person other than my wife. But if you were in Joel's position and it's would you sacrifice your I don't know, your brother or sister, your mom, your dad, one of them to save humanity? Even like potentially save. It's not even 100% is a potential. Would you do that?
yeah. It's not an easy decision as in face value. You would think it's, oh yeah, sure, save it. But when you're actually in that situation, no,
Mhm.
it's not an. It's like all sorts of things will be coming across your head. It's like, what if it doesn't work? So that person's dying meant absolutely nothing. Then like I don't owe the world anything or stuff like that. It's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff will run through your head that it initially in face value thing. It look man, it's saving everyone. Why don't you want to do it? It's like it's when
Mhm.
you're in that. What if it's you? What if it's in that situation? It's not an easy decision to make. It's a very hard one for sure. So it kind of brings in the humanity of Joel, which is why I kind of like the way it's written such a way.
Mhm. In my opinion, like I asked my wife this, and then she's like, "I don't know. What do you think?" I say, "No, I I would not sacrifice. Like I don't fucking know these other people, right? Like I know that like the lives of the many outweigh the lives of the few, but the thing is that I don't fucking care, right? Especially that now that I'm a dad. Like even though my son is so young, he's like almost 5. It's like we found that your son has his blood can cure cancer, but we need his brain cells. I'm be like, you can lick my asshole. No, right? I don't give a fuck. And the thing is that this is not even his daughter. He's a surrogate father, but
Mhm.
like he sees her like that. But you know, the thing is that like in the game, you feel it. It's a little bit you could feel that connection. And this one is a little more disconnected, is because I don't see them getting along that way. You know, other than the fact that she does the puns and stuff like that, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I think given at face value, like you said, a lot of people was like, "Oh yeah, of course, yeah, of course." But if you're right then and there, it's like, would you sacrifice? And it's the only person he has left, like other than his brother. Okay, it's the only person that he has left, and he sees her like his daughter. Like even at the, I'm not sure if it's after this or no, it's before this, right? It's like you'll love Sarah. Like you guys would have been friends and stuff like that, right? It's like so he's already coming along. Like it's like okay, I actually do see you like a daughter, and it's like sort of like one of those moral questions, right? Would you rather save one person or but a lot of people has the potential of dying, or would you rather do this? And a lot of people, I think, publicly would say I would do it. I would sacrifice for the greater good. But a lot of people will selfishly actually given the if they're on the spot, they'll
Yeah.
say they'll be selfish because
Yeah.
we're innately selfish people,
Yes.
right?
Exactly. Yep.
Like it's very, very hard, right?
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
And I think just to add what you said, I think they focused more on the dilemma of Marlene.
Yes.
They focused more on the dilemma of because like right in the game, the mom Ellie's mom, she never shows up. You never see her. So it's
Mhm,
like they added this dynamic between the mom and Marlene. It's like I'm entrusting the life of my child to you because I'm about to die. So it's like they made it in such a way that it's harder for Marlene to arrive at that conclusion to sacrifice Ellie.
mhm.
So they focused more on Marlene over the decision making of Joel in this instance.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. See, when you carry rifle, body armor, water, ammo, all your other equipment down the mountains, you'll be glad your rifle is lighter with open sights. True, but the thing is, okay, I would say in terms of that, there's like right, you're carrying like especially if you're not carrying 7.62, if you're carrying like NATO stuff, which is 223, 5.56, 9 millimeter. Still definitely a little lighter, but yeah, with the plate carrier and stuff like that, it will get super heavy. But how about if you need to shoot at night? That's that's the thing. You know, are you gonna have one of those like night vision stuff? Like infrared and late IR lasers, and yeah, that's way more heavier than like like a Charger-Con one, 1.5 times magnification, right? See. There's no way Joel would trust random people and get jumped and beaten to death. That's mad and stupid. Yeah, right. He doesn't know any of these people, right? But let's see. Joel realized that those fireflies were taking him on a one-way trip. I think they would have killed him anyways. Yeah, they would have killed him. It's because like I can't let you live because you're too dangerous.
I I actually think they would have let them go under the orders of Marlene. Like at least because Marlene is their leader. It's like Marlene, given her strong sentiments towards uh Ellie and Joel and their respect for, they would have let them go. But yeah, just one flick, one little misunderstanding, they were gonna kill him anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And okay, so in my opinion, um, you know how you mentioned earlier that like, oh, if you like Joe should have been more like in a rush or in like such a way where he's like, oh, I need to go rescue her, I need to go rescue her, versus like being so calm, and then all of a sudden, right, like sort of like when they're walking down the stairs, he didn't do anything. He's like, continue walking, continue walking. I think he like he was trying to find an opportunity. Like I've seen a lot of videos, like surveillance cameras of like people getting shot, and like a person who is like a good guy with a gun was able to take down a bad guy with a gun. Sometimes you need to find a way to sort of conceal your let's say if you're conceal carrying, right, and you don't want to know that they have a gun, and let's say they're robbing you, and then like you pull up your shirt, they're gonna shoot you right away. So I think the stairs thing might have probably been the only chance that he would have gotten. Like if he tripped and fell and pushed them over or something like that, and then knocked them off balance, and maybe, but like it's such a hard way because a sense of urgency is like, oh shit, they're gonna kill Ellie. I need to
Oh,
go,
yeah,
right?
okay.
So I think that was probably the only opportunity he had, but it did take a long time though. Like the only opportunity that he had to, like and realistically,
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah, the stairs is fine. I get your point at the stairs. The stairs portion, he took his time to get the opportunity because he only
Mhm.
has one shot. Because if he gets it wrong, he dies. They shoot him. So I meant it's the part after that, the part when he was running towards the rooms.
Oh, I
After that,
see. Okay.
yeah, the stairs part, I get it. Yeah, for sure, he needed to time that correctly.
Well, the thing is that like in terms of like tactical wise, I think he doesn't know how many men there are,
Yeah, that's
right?
also another good argument. Yeah,
Right. So like,
yeah.
I hate to bring this up because it's such a bad situation that happened, but the Buffalo shooter, like I watched the video of him, like he streamed it on Twitch, right? I didn't watch the stream, but I watched it afterwards where he killed like 13 people or something like that. And like the poor black neighborhood. And I'm glad that guy is fucking like like I'm not sure if he's gonna be in jail forever, but I think that guy should rot. But but the way he did it, he sort of like put his body in a way where he's sort of combing the area, the perimeter. Like when once he went inside the supermarket, the way he did it was very like he had training, right? The thing is that like my brother-in-law, he's he knows a lot of these kind of stuff, and like you can see like he sort of like panned or like he didn't just go into the supermarket in the middle. Like he sort of went around, sort of like going aisle by aisle because that's what tactically people would do. Like military would like if you're gonna like go inside a house and sort of like sort of survey the area, you want to go along the area first before you sort of go in. So if he didn't know how many people that was going to be in this hospital, if he would have went in, he probably would have died. Like so you have to sort of like sneak around, sort of like how we did in the game, right? We didn't know how many people there were, but then we sort of had to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
make sure we snuck around the area. But and plus also shows that like he's like didn't give a fuck. He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go over there and fucking kill everyone and stuff like that." And that was pretty cool. Um, what were your thoughts on this ending scene right here with Marlene?
Yeah, it's like I thought at first like they're gonna omit that scene. There's no more. It's
Yeah,
like,
they
then
skipped
later,
it. Right? I'm like, where is it?
yeah, it's like, yeah, where is it? It's like okay, there we go. Yes, okay, yeah. I think that's really important, especially because you know that Marlene's gonna go after her.
Mhm,
He's gonna go after her. So and when she does, Joel's probably not gonna be prepared for it. Like she's gonna bring a whole lot of people. She's gonna bring so many people that
mhm.
Joel cannot. So Joel had to pop her. She had like, yeah, you're only gonna go after bang. Then yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. That's super important for sure.
yeah.
For what?
I actually really like that is because of yeah, it's like if I let you live, you're just gonna like, all right, Joel knows this. He knows this. He knows we're coming, but we're gonna come where like he doesn't know, or we're gonna ambush him or something like that. It's only gonna be two of them. We know that they're gonna go back to Tommy. We're gonna go to the the dam and that the extremely nice city that it looks like it's peaceful. There's no zombies ever. It's just like
Mhm.
a pristine city that seems like heaven. And we're gonna find them and then we're gonna kill all of them and we're gonna take Ellie. So it makes sense, right? Especially if you're that person, it's like, I'm not gonna let you like if he already went ahead and like please, please, please don't. Like I'm I know her. I know her. It's like, no, you're just gonna come after her. Boom. Done. So as like a person who's I don't know, it's like, yeah, like I'm not gonna let you take this is the only thing that I have that's closest to me as like a daughter. So I remember in the game, it's like at the end, right? You go all the way to the end. It's like promise me you what you're telling me is true. And this is how the game ends too, right? Part 1?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. But yeah, overall, I think, this was pretty good. This episode was pretty good, I would say, but I wish a lot of stuff were still left in. Like, they didn't rush a lot of the things that we talked about prior. I'm like, "Oh, I wish they added more zombies because it would feel like
Yeah,
the world isn't empty." You
yeah.
know, it's not just
That's where,
people.
yeah, whatever added budget they're gonna get, please put it on zombies. Please put it
Yeah.
on zombies.
Yeah, like,
That's what I said.
this show is, like I would say in terms of video game adaptations, this is probably and in terms of, being faithful to the source material, it's pretty good. It's like an 8 out of 10, right? I think
Mhm,
overall, of course, like, we have our nitpicks because, especially you really love the game,
mhm.
and, it just goes to show that, this is they finally did it correct, and I hope that they, um, season 2 Abby thing,
Yeah,
but
100%. They're gonna make it. They're gonna elevate her for sure.
so
100%.
I read somewhere in the chat that they said that they have a poster for Abby. Is that true?
I imagine it's some sort of meme. I I imagine it's some sort of meme
Let me
somewhere on
check.
Twitter.
Uh,
There's
uh,
probably a meme out there somewhere.
yeah. Let's see. So HBO Max. Yeah, yeah. Like, is it official? Like, if it was, I'll be super funny.
If it was official, it'll be all over YouTube. Also, people
Mhm.
will be talking about it.
Okay, so the closest thing that we have, it was from Neil Druckmann in a couple days ago. He shared this. No Last of Us on HBO tonight, but season 2 is already on its way in Deer. So this is, I'm assuming this is Abby's fist. Damn,
Yeah,
that's a muscular forearm.
yeah,
That's
yeah. But I'm also curious if there's gonna be a new Ellie, because I don't think Bella Ramsey will cut it for Ellie Last of Us Part 2.
according to what I heard, they're not. They're not gonna recast her.
Okay, yeah, good,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
because
Neil said it, or like the showrunner said it. They say, yeah,
yeah,
we're not
we need
recasting her.
someone generally larger, not necessarily beefier, but larger.
What's the what's the time skip between both of them?
Like around 6 years, somewhere there,
6
5 to 6.
years?
Yeah, 5 to 6
When
years.
is
Yeah,
season 2 supposed to come out?
I imagine in a year or two. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah,
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 yeah, because
yeah.
Ellie's
That's
already a bit yeah, in her mid to late teenage years, so
mhm.
she's a lot bigger by then.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. You can't imagine Bella Ramsey taking on a beefy Abby, so it's not gonna sink.
Yeah, and man, yeah, she's the thing is that Bella's tiny.
Yeah, yeah, she
Like,
is,
she's
she is.
small.
Yeah,
Oh, man, yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do it. I wonder how they're gonna do it. I don't know, man. But, I think overall, um, like I said, 2 episodes were filler, even though they were, like, sort of important, like, if you wanna watch it, I think both of them were sort of filler episodes. They needed more zombies. I think other than that, I think the overall the show's
mhm,
pretty solid.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah. But did your mind change at all? Like, do you still feel like what you said in those videos is like you still feel the same way about it?
Yeah, so I still it's like probably the biggest thing in the
Mhm,
broader perspective. It's like uh people who like the video games and who's after the most faithful video game adaptation is gonna
mhm,
like it. But to the people who has watched so many TV shows, so many TV series over the years, they're just
mhm,
probably gonna think it's just meh or average. Like they're probably gonna name hundreds of shows that they've watched before that. Oh, The Walking Dead did it way better. Oh, this other zombie movie, this other zombie TV show did it way better. So
mhm,
there's always gonna be that kind of people. But I think it's a step forward in terms of video game adaptation.
mhm,
It's like the stepping stone for something better. It's like, oh, so this is how you properly adapt a video game that people will generally like. So how
mhm.
can I make that better? That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for moving forward for video game adaptations. So
Yeah.
overall, it's a win.
Alright, I found it.
You found it. Wait, it's still loading. I can't wait. It's still loading.
Is it
I,
still loading? Can you not see it?
it's still circling. It's still oh.
There's Abby chat. There it is. Wait, is that actually Abby's body in the game, not modified?
I
She's
think it's a little.
fucking huge.
It's bloated. It's bloated. It's not that big.
She's
Unless
massive.
unless
God
chat
damn.
corrects me, but I don't. That's a bit inflated.
Wait, wait. So Jeremy is this is the image of Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He shared this and he got banned off of Twitter for this.
Oh, okay.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, man, it's it's funny is because what's it called again? Oh god. I think it was someone from Kotaku said some shit. Uh I think she's like a Kotaku writer and she was talking about like body like people who are like buff or something like that, and they said that like I hope Abby in The Last of Us season 2 is like super jacked. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna that's she was talking about the thing with Gina Carano. She was talking about the thing, yeah. So this will be probably the last thing we talk about. This thing over here. Oh, it's been browning in the comics. Yeah, so I believe this came out yesterday.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's about
yeah,
Gina Carano and
yeah.
we're speaking about that. And Gina Carano responds to Kotaku senior editor that culminated her as a transphobe. The person who posted this is sad. Right? Terror on the Prairie and My Son Hunter My Son Hunter actress Gina Carano recently responded to Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercanti, who culminated her by calling her a transphobe. So this is the tweet. I am living for that fact that the Mandalorian kicked a muscular transphobe off of the show and then brought in a muscular lesbian like Gina Carano is seething right now. Yeah, so let's actually go to her Twitter. If can we actually go to the Twitter? Twitter. Twitter. Is it blocked? Can I not go to the Twitter? But yeah, she let me see if I can actually go to the Twitter. But yeah, it's I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, she's no longer like she's not in uh she's been out of Mandalorian for such a long time. Why are you bringing her back into this shit? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I
yeah,
thought
exactly.
some petty garbage,
Yeah,
right?
it's like that's what all Kotaku. Well, mostly that's what they mostly write nowadays, just for
Yeah,
the
it's all
clicks.
garbage. It's all fucking
Yeah,
bullshit trash. Let me see if I
yeah,
can find that one, that tweet. I think did she delete it? I don't see it.
may
Let me share
probably
it.
if you don't see it, then probably.
Yeah, I don't see it here. Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, the most we've seen was this one, right? Give me muscle mommy or give me death, right? And I believe if you actually go to this that article, like this tweet over here, I think she might have deleted it. If
Yeah,
you actually go to this tweet on the bottom, actually, and you go down to the second comment, she follows up with in a thread saying, I really, really hope that Abby in The Last of Us season 2 is super jacked because this will make everyone mad. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, it's yeah. Yeah, I was about to say this right away. Yeah, Gina lives in their head rent free. Yeah, it's just like, dude. And the thing is that I believe even Gina Carano commented on this. I believe she said here it is. Um like she commented on this. I've been tagged in this a bunch, so I wanted to say one thing. Please do not engage in hateful comments towards the actress in this picture. I met her in season 2 of Mandalorian, and I believe, and she was a sweetheart. Send her nothing but love. The person who posted this is sad and got ugly attention, the ugly attention that she desired. But that is not this actress's fault. It's fault in my. It hurts my heart to think that someone is so excited about a job to be met with unjust hate because of the ridiculous drama, rumors, and hearsay. I experienced that, and it is cruel. I don't want anyone else to feel that. Move with care on here. It's just like she's not saying anything bad, right? It's just like this person is just like crazy and like don't
yeah,
cause any hate or anything like that. She's like loving and caring person, and then this person is like, oh, that's it's like these like I said, a lot of these people are just super fucking angry and just uh, it's it's getting out of control, man. It's really getting out of control here.
yeah.
Uh, let's see. Like, bro, that's not muscle mommy, the woman with more muscle than tits and ass. Muscle man. Well, do you remember I showed you that thing from South Park where it's like, I
Yeah,
can't wait to talk about I can't wait. And he's like super fucking jacked. I can't I can't tell you how good it feels that told you that I finally transitioned. Oh man. Yeah, Gina's a saint. Yeah, absolutely. She seemed like such a genuine nice person, right?
yeah.
And like hearing her talk, I'm just like, I don't think she would like she can kick anyone's ass. She can probably kick all of our asses, but like she seems
Mhm.
so nice, right? And why are you trying to like she's no longer a part of the Mandalorian and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's just rent free. Yeah, they try to make her hateful and it's always the opposite. Yeah, it's not. Uh, oh yeah, I'm not talking about my transition. Oh man, I love South Park. But see. Anyways, do you have anything to add or anything? Do you want to talk about anything else? I think we
nah,
can
I
call it
think we
here.
kind of covered. Yeah, we kind of covered everything already.
All right, cool. All right. Before we leave, uh, I'm not watching it. Only Grae is watching it. Chat. Grae is putting himself in such torture. It's like
Oh
literally
yeah.
having the fingernails peeled from your skin. How is watching Gotham?
Yeah, it's like It's my first CW show, chat. It's like because I've been reading for the longest time in comments in YouTube, but whether it's other videos or forums, like it's a CW show. What did you guys expect? It's a CW. It's just like
Mhm.
okay, let's give CW show a shot. It's like yeah, it's like because yeah, I also know that the people from Batwoman. I didn't watch Batgirl. Sorry, Batgirl. I didn't watch any of it. All the entire team got transitioned here to Gotham Knights. It's like okay, that's maybe the show will all I was looking for is some semblance of the game, even though the game wasn't even that good. The game
Mhm.
was the game. At least the game kept Dick Grayson. The game kept Tim Drake. The game kept Jason Todd. They kept Barbara Gordon, Alfred. This show removes all of them. They're all gone. Like what? Why did you get the license for it if you're gonna remove all of them? Then yeah, I also thought it was a time for me to try something new. It's like
Mhm.
to review it in less edited, more of what I actually think on the spot. That's why I do a lot of pauses, a lot of
Mhm.
stuttering. So yeah, I just thought that maybe it'll do some gain some traction. But yeah, I think the metrics are also pretty good. So I'll keep doing both as a means to practice also. And I think you guys are kind of liking it too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so at least there's one edited kind of review and the others kind of the more unedited one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, but
yes,
it's
I'll keep doing it for practice too.
yeah, just hearing from your reviews, it just sounds like you're torturing yourself watching watching terrible
Yeah,
CW shows.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Batwoman, only good thing that was the music. The music was pretty decent, right? Right. Oh, I think I only watched Batwoman when she crossed over. She did the crossover episodes with like Arrow and Flash. I think that's like I only went back to go watch the crossover episodes is because I thought they were interesting and those were the cooler ones. But I hated what that one episode did like hashtag feminism.
Yeah, it's see the Gotham Knight it's woke all over. It's like yeah, I don't know if you watched the second episode, but you watch my take on the second. It's like they were justifying stealing from a department store because the clothes were made from a sweatshop. So yeah,
So okay,
yeah,
looting.
yeah, preaching to preaching at its finest again,
Yeah.
identity politics and stuff,
But yeah, it's
personal
like
ideals.
the worst thing about Batwoman is when I saw that one scene, I think it's the first episode. It was I think it was like a Lucius Fox's son, right? And I think he's like in sort of overlooking the Bat Cave and what's it called again? Batwoman comes in and she goes, uh we're gonna need a suit. And he's like, okay. He's like, we're gonna make adjustments to Batman's suit. And then Lucius Fox's son is like, what? That suit's literally perfection. And she goes, it will be when it fits a woman.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen. Yeah, I've heard it in other videos too. Yeah,
Cringiest shit ever, dude.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say if you actually wanted to watch like at least good, like I would say good CW stuff, is like the several early seasons of the Arrow. It's really good.
Oh
Several
yeah,
early
I
seasons
think
of
I
the
watched
Flash is pretty good as well.
a little bit of Arrow too. It's just that I don't know.
Mhm,
I just didn't get into it so much that I continued watching it. I
mhm.
think that's what happened.
Yo, what up, JD Kirby? What's going on? Let's see. Let's see. The game itself had to come out and say it had nothing to do.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's like because the you get to play as four characters in the game.
Mhm.
Like I'm actually waiting for it to go down in price to very cheap, like $20. Then I want to live stream it actually in the Eggroll gaming. Uh Yeah, it's about Batman dies, so it's just up to his four adopted kids and Barbara Gordon. Yeah, Barbara Gordon got managed to walk again, so she's Batgirl in that game.
Mhm.
Barbara Gordon, Jason Todd is Red Hood, Tim Drake is Robin, then Dick Grayson is Nightwing. You get to play as those four in the show. All gone. They removed
Mhm.
all of them for brand new characters that no one gives a crap about.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's so weird.
Here from Bob. After Arrow ended, everything started falling apart. Uh, yeah, I think all they do now is basically like bring him in for like cameos and stuff like that. And the thing is that I forced myself to watch because I knew that they're gonna do crossovers with Supergirl. Oh my god, that shit is fucking woke as fuck too. Like it got super woke, and like every character is like gay. Like every character is lesbian. I'm like, oh my god, dude, I don't. And like, of course, like the straight white male is like an asshole, or like like literally like a nincompoop, doesn't know anything. I'm like, oh my god, I need
Yeah,
to stop. But the
yeah,
reason why I watched it is because I wanted to watch the crossovers. But then eventually I just stopped caring. Like I
yeah.
just didn't care anymore. But I do
It's the
like
same thing. It's the same thing with Gotham Knights. It's like the mayor is evil. Harvey Dent is incredibly stupid. It's like,
mhm,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It same checklists, check marks.
Yeah, the ESG man.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's see. When Flash started crying in every episode, I was done. I think that's when he got married because he's crying because he got married. Okay. All right. So the weirdest thing for the show is they changed Iris to a black girl, which is I don't have an issue with, right? Because Iris's dad is black, and so they made her black. But the thing is that Iris's dad, like ever since Barry Allen's mom mom died, right? And then his dad goes to jail for the murder of his mom, and then uh and Iris's dad adopts him. But like him and Iris's dad is like a cop, and him and like his father were like really really good friends, and they knew each other. So Iris and Barry Allen grew up together like brothers and sister. And then I'm gonna adopt you, I'm gonna take care of you because your father's in jail now and your mother's dead. I'm gonna adopt you, and I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna be your father. And then he falls in love with his adoptive sister, which is super weird, right?
Yeah,
Because I know that Barry in the comics like marries Iris, right? Um, but the thing is that like in the CW one, it was sort of like, oh, that's sort of weird. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna marry my sister wife or something. It's so weird.
yeah,
But yeah, it's really really odd. Let's see. Arrow was the most consistent. Flash got bad after 4 or 5. Yeah, I think after once they got once they got married, once they were getting married, that's when it got really bad. Like once they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get married," I'm like, "Okay, yeah, this is getting pretty cringe." Let's see. The CW DC went super uber woke. Yeah, absolutely. And I believe the hashtag feminism thing happened in like 2014, like 2015 or something like that, or 16. Yeah, it sort of started getting woke like around like maybe 6 years ago. So yeah, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And then every character is like they changed Wally West. Wally West is supposed to be white and made him black. I'm just like, yeah, they're basically like, for me, I didn't really care because it was still interesting. But like once the whole Me Too movement started happening, yeah, a lot of the woke shit got really, really bad. Let's see, couple more. Arrow is carrying the network and the universe. Arrow was the most decent one. Yeah, Arrow is good. It's because Arrow was actually like, it was sort of like Batman, but not Batman, right? Like Arrow was like, it was dark, right? Like like it was like people actually died and stuff, which is actually really good. So yeah, but if you do want to go back and watch like any of the DCCW stuff, like Arrow is definitely the one that is pretty good. All right, let's read the last one. It reminds me that the wedding, someone just asked Joe. Yeah, it was yeah, Joe, which side are you on? And he said both, and it was so weird. Yeah, it's weird marrying your adoptive sister, super cringe. But anyways, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out for this long. Thank you, Lost Tales, for modding and putting all those links. That's
yep.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. But Grae, you want to shout out anything before we call it?
Mm, no, yeah, just yeah, I might stream later either in my personal channel, which is already posted by Lost Tales, either Stranger of Paradise or I'll go live in the Eggroll game. I'm not sure yet. I'm still figuring out, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's about it for now.
All right, and you can follow me mostly everywhere at Mr. Phillip Chan, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever, Twitch, Twitter, or whatever. But yeah, we will be back not next Saturday, but we'll be back this coming Friday, is because I'm going to be busy on Saturday. So we'll be going live on Friday instead of Saturday. So we'll be going live 6 Pacific Standard, 9 Pacific Eastern, and it should be 9 Manila time.
Yeah. At least I know. I remember now. It's daylight
Okay,
savings.
but if you feel like that's a little too early, we can push it to 7. So it'll be like a regular time for you. It'll be like 10 a.m. instead. If you want to do that, we can. So just let me know.
Yeah. Okay. Sure thing.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you, everyone. If you haven't already done so, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. You'll know whenever we go live or put out a video. We'll be putting out videos throughout the week, segments, short tidbits or something like that. Grae will be putting out his VODs. He's been doing a really amazing job and at that. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the live stream, and we will see you guys on Friday. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.